All right. Welcome to another episode of some Dapper dealings in Wildemount. We are down one player. Katie's gone. She's in the process of moving, I believe, but she'll be back for the Avernus campaign. And we got the rest of the party here, starting from top left. I think we got Dean, who's going to be playing Haganar, the half-orc Tempest cleric. Cole, who's Atlas. He is a dragonborn blood hunter. Yes, I keep wanting to say paladin, but he's a blood hunter. And then we got over here a changeling bard by the name of Proteus. And then, of course, Katie plays Mara, the drow monk. So she's, going to be with us, but not with us. The best we can. So last time we were playing, the party investigated a couple places, shook down Togi, a dwarf that was living in town, who had come into contact with Ergen, and according to Elro, maybe had contracted this ailment that Ergen had dealt with that eventually killed him. What was initially supposed to be a nice, talking, questioning, turned into a shakedown. Yeah, an interrogation. Yeah, the fuse was lit pretty early for Haganar, and decided he didn't want to wait very long. Took matters into his own hands, and some townsfolk kind of noticed. They were averted. They gathered some information from there and to Pelk's Curiosities, where Ergen had initially sold his findings from his expedition in Islecross. So upon reaching there, they come across 5 bandits that are looting Pelk's Curiosities in search of what they ended up finding out was, trying to find a cure or some sort of source of this ailment. It seems their boss, who is also related to Tolgi, had caught this ailment too. They found out she's also a dwarf, prays to Tiamat. Actually, I believe Atlas might be the only one to know that it's actually Tiamat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a dark cleric of sorts, and her name is Hulil Lutan, and she seems to be holed up in Croaker Cave and wanting to get out of town pretty quick to try to sell off whatever she can, get money for some sort of healing to figure out this whatever it is that's slowly taking over Palebank Village. And where we left off was the party was taking the rest of the night for a rest in one of the cabins or a tent, anything available that they can get to. Elro said as long as it doesn't look occupied, then have at it. So we'll start off the next morning. You guys, gather for, breakfast or kind of whatever you're doing first thing.
Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds like something Atlas would want to be a part of, some breakfast.
Yeah, I was gonna say Atlas is a pretty hungry being, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he likes to chow. Likes to chow
The first
down.
thing I would say you guys notice on Proteus as he walks up is that he walks up and he's got a couple larger scars on his face.
Forgot about that.
Than were there the night before. A little deeper, a little more rough.
Say, yeah, Atlas probably like face stuffed with some food. Hey kid, did you get mugged last night?
Oh, no, not me. I would have showed them what for anyway, had I?
Right. If you get in any trouble, just find one of us next time.
Sure. No, it was a great night. I slept very well. It was peaceful. I didn't stare at my own reflection for hours. It was good. It was a good time.
I'm glad you're having a good time. just
It appears you are too.
What's not to
After,
like?
yeah, a little bit of you guys getting some grub on and some catching up, and Proteus, just trying to look as gallant and
Fierce.
tough. Yeah, fierce as ever. Elio walks up and he's just like, "Hey, is everyone doing all right this morning? I haven't slept since we got Pelks cleaned up. Basically, was just kind of wondering if there's anything I can do for you guys. You mentioned Croaker Cave might be a lead.
You had trouble sleeping. Oh, I tell you, anytime I would get stressed out, I'd sleep very well. It was a great night last night. I slept very comfortably. It was wonderful. I promise. It was good. Great night.
No, I just haven't had the opportunity yet.
Oh, okay. Yes, I understand. Quite busy. Tough life that we live, though, so we have to get our sleep to maintain our strength. Right,
Yeah,
man?
and you can notice. Yeah, he's got like bags under his eyes and everything. He's pretty tired, but still trying to figure you out, Proteus. He's not quite sure about you yet. Interesting character.
Haganar definitely looked over at Proteus and just gave a scuff, a little.
Yeah. So is there anything that I can? We don't have much right now. Thing I can help you out with?
I suppose we'll be heading for Croaker Cave. I guess that would be our next reasonable stop, right, guys?
Yeah.
Mm.
Quite the rambunctious lot in the morning, aren't you?
Yeah. So how
I know
we
some
get to this
people aren't
cave?
morning. I mean, it's just due north, not very far. Maybe a 10-minute walk.
Oh.
But yeah, basically, I just I don't know if you guys would need anything while you were out. I don't know what else you have to do, but essentially, I can offer you a couple healing potions, your standard healing potions, just kind of as a thanks for everything you've done already. And obviously the money that will be coming your.
Oh, we shouldn't need that, but yeah, I agree. We can take care of ourselves, but it's good to have these precautions, right?
We should take those.
Sure.
They come through here a lot. People seem to need them. You never know. Strange things out in the wilderness.
It's true. How do you think I got these?
I was wondering about those. Was that I didn't see
So,
those last
yes,
night.
about those potions.
Yeah, of course. And he just kind of like reaches in his satchel and he has two just standard, your common healing potions. Was it 2d4 plus 2? So whoever wants to put those in there, he's like, that's all I can really offer you guys right now. I'd like to say also that you don't need them, but there's a lot of uncertainty going around at this point. Trying to figure out as much as I can before I bring too much light to it, I guess.
Should I hold on to these or?
You should definitely hold on to those.
Okay. I'll keep you guys safe. Don't worry.
No, I'll just need you to pour it down my throat if I get, shot in the face, stabbed in the chest, anything like that.
That too.
I got shot in the chest last night. Where were you at for that?
I was there.
Hmm.
Making my valiant entrance through the window.
That reminds me, remember when you melted that guy? That was good times.
Which one?
Yeah, you got a lot of them.
So the first guy I think the first guy you just completely charred him, and then the second one wasn't a shocking grab. I don't remember. I thought it was your
Guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt.
First one was, I think, inflict wounds, and then guiding bolt.
Yeah.
And then I know I helped Atlas take one down too. I kind of hit him in the head or something.
And
The head or the kneecap. That's what it was, kneecap. And then Atlas finished him off.
Yeah.
So while you guys are talking about this, Elro's like, well, I mean, you guys know where my cabin is. I'll be in there. Hopefully, maybe getting a little bit of sleep, but we'll see.
You should get some rest. We'll take care of the town for you.
Of course.
I'm just gonna reach over and grab Proteus by the back of the shirt and just pull him along as we walk away.
Farewell.
Yeah, so you guys are in town. There's so a little bit more information. I guess I kind of failed to give you guys before. There is an inn in the town. It's the Jolly Dwarf Inn, I believe. Yeah, Jolly Dwarf Inn. There's I mean, Pelk's Curiosities, obviously. You guys already know that. And then there's what was it? That little kind of outdoor food market deal that you guys had already been to. I think you just general goods. But I mean, that's Pelk's, so it's kind of in disarray right now. But yeah, other than that, I can't think of anything else that stands out in town.
Did you guys want to see like what happened over at the store? Like, did they clean up? Should we pay some respects to people? Maybe the ones we killed?
Yeah. The
Or
most
not?
respectful thing would be to kill some more people and save the town.
Right. Of course. Yes. Yes. Lead the way.
So, that way, I wasn't really
That's north.
listening.
It was. It's okay. Should I take? I'll go north.
Yeah.
So you guys head north. And yeah, it's like it's not treacherous snow. It's a steady kind of downfall, misting of snow, if that makes sense. And it's not super deep. None of you characters, to include Mara, are short, gnome sized or anything like that. So it would be just on the cusp of creating some sort of difficult terrain, but not quite yet. So going through the forest, I'm sorry, up to the north, there's not really many trails, but it does seem that there's kind of not any hard trails, I guess, but paths that seem a little more traveled. There are some, random branches of a couple sets of footprints off to the left, to the right. But for the most part, decent amount of foot traffic, it seems, or footprints in the snow going north. Anything while you guys are traveling at all? Just kind of heading there.
I'm just, I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for just about anything. It's definitely not my first Haganar's first rodeo in this kind of situation. So, just keep an eye out. The edges of. I'm not sure. Did you say there was like trees around us, or are we walking on like a path, or?
It's not a super dense forest. It's
Okay.
semi-open.
I'm
I
just,
don't know how better to
trying.
describe it.
Yeah, just trying to make sure I keep a good eye on surroundings, making sure trying to listen for anything else that doesn't sound like our footprints or noises or anything.
And then it is kind of relatively early in the morning. Maybe not, crazy early, just at sunrise or anything like that, but maybe 7, 8 o'clock, somewhere in there. But yeah, if nothing else, you guys make it there. About a 10-minute walk, like I had mentioned. And you come to the entrance of a cave here, which you're assuming is Croaker Cave. Looking into it, there's a little bit of daylight that pours into the mouth, but otherwise seems relatively dark. And if I'm correct, I believe Proteus is the only one that doesn't have dark vision.
That would make sense.
So the Dragonborn on D&D Beyond do not have dark vision, but I've always homebrewed that Dragonborn have, because it doesn't really make sense why they wouldn't. But then also in the I believe in the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, their Dragonborn variant deal, they have dark vision.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
But yeah, so approaching, you can hear, like the slow dripping of water.
Oh no, we do have dark vision. We're good.
Oh, the changelings do?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, would have been very, very funny to go into this cave with Proteus not being able to see anything. I will
would leave
say.
torch.
Yeah, that makes life easy. I love it when people have dark vision because then I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, you hear the slow dripping of water kind of from inside the caves, dripping down from stalactites into a murky pool that fills the tunnel ahead. You kind of see from the daylight pouring in, you see a little bit of it. Actually, you can see all of it as you approach the mouth of the cave, and I guess I'll show that to you guys. That should.
Yeah.
Can everyone see that all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk in, you can see this murky pool every few moments, just without you guys moving or anything like that. You do hear loud cries from deeper in the cave, but nothing that sounds agitated or nothing that you can immediately in front of you other than this pool.
This seems to be a little murky in here. It's a little dark and sure.
Yeah, why don't you go first? You wanted to lead the way, right?
Right, of course. I really want to clarify on this dark vision thing, so I was just reading it. D&D Beyond is saying it doesn't, so we're gonna light a torch then.
That's it. How about in the book? Because I know there's sometimes that D&D Beyond misses stuff.
Well, that was
because people make mistakes. It happens, you know.
that was in the
Not
Eberron
D&D
book.
Beyond though.
Yeah, that was in the Eberron book, so I'm gonna say no. No dark vision. Roll20 says it does, but I disagree. So the official digital tool set for D&D 5th edition does not say that they have dark vision, so I'm going to believe it.
It's the official tool set, after all.
So yeah, you go ahead and light a torch if you'd like.
Yep.
Cool. All right, so you guys make your way in here, and once you get into the mouth of the cave, yeah, it's about 10 feet or so before this water, the water starts. And then it looks about, what is that, 30 feet? 30 feet across in its longest point. And the ceilings are about 10 feet high. The walls are pretty rough. I think that's all I got for you at this point.
So it seems we're going to have to walk through this water. You know,
Actually, anyone who would like, you can go ahead and roll a perception check. I mean, just assuming whenever anyone naturally walks into a room, they're going to look around. So,
Yeah, Haganar is not looking anywhere.
yeah, and I'm going to say Proteus is oblivious. He's just using his passive, which is 10. He's not
Atlas isn't
active.
paying much attention either.
fair.
I got a 5.
Yeah, I got a 5 too. Well, I got a 7, but yeah, I rolled a 5. So
Cool. I'm going to go
Awesome.
ahead and roll one for Mara. That's not going to be much better. Mara got a 3 plus, and she has disadvantage on perception.
Isn't that like in
In the
sunlight
sun,
though? That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she ended up with a 7 anyway. So yeah. Guys, your eyes are just adjusting or something. No. Yeah. What are you guys up to?
So we're going to have to walk through this water, and it's... but the sound in here, it sounds quite nice. It'd be a great area to play my violin. But I'll hold off on that.
yeah, you'll have
Should
plenty of
we-
time for musicals later, kid.
Should we step on the water? Is it... looks to be... might be frozen.
Only way forward is through, right?
Yes, you're... No offense, you're the largest. Maybe you should test the waters first.
I'm gonna give Proteus a little nudge, try to get him to
Or I should...
walk forward.
Yes, that's fine. Sure. And yeah, he's just going to walk right in.
All right. So it steps down pretty quick. Like your first step in goes about ankle height. Your second step, it's little deeper, and then you kind of can feel just on the tips of your toes after that second step that there's a pretty sheer drop off from that point, and you can't really see anything. Yeah.
Can everyone swim? It's quite cold, and it seems that it's going to drop off pretty fast.
Can
And-
you swim?
Yeah, I can swim, sure, but my instruments will get wet, and it's clothes and the feather and the hat.
I just facepalm. Haganar facepalms. Just
I think Atlas just starts making his way in then.
why don't you leave your gear outside the cave if you're that worried about it?
Oh, I could not do that.
As
Someone
soon
will
as
take-
Atlas takes a step in there, you kind of hear some croaking noise, some louder croaking noises that seem to be coming from that pool. And kind of directly in front of you, two light blue colored, large frogs kind of surface up a little bit, not all, I guess, not just their eyes or something, the tops of them.
Mhm.
I wanna grab Proteus by the back of the collar and pull him back if that's doable. If I have enough time to do that, and I don't know what's gonna happen next, but
Roll an athletics check for me.
okay, 19. 21.
Yeah, no problem. You just kind of pretty seems a little lighter than you expected to. So when you grabbed him, it was like you almost had to pull back so you didn't almost throw him. But yeah, you pull him out of the water. These frogs don't seem to change their demeanor. They're kind of almost looking in like a defensive posture, I guess, if that makes sense. Like they're kind of not doing anything aggressive, but they're just watching you guys. Kinda, because I said it a lot, so I might as well say it one more time.
I only kind of noticed.
I think maybe if you would step out of the water, Atlas, and maybe you could kind of shock him or something. If he, maybe that, and then we could use them as stepping stones.
That's
Thanks for saving me.
that's quite the idea. And I'll step out, but be like, maybe he should take care of this one. He's pretty impressive with the lightning.
Do I have any actual lightning spells or just lightning looking effects?
You tell me.
I don't think I do. It doesn't say. Let me see here. Doesn't say.
In situations like this, I don't know how Mara would react, but it's
Yeah.
tough.
I was just pretend she didn't tag along. We just forgot her for some reason.
No, she's there. She's there.
Okay.
Just deep in thought. Maybe she's in
Mario,
a-
quite quiet.
yeah, of course. I don't know how to speak like that, but I don't have a very good accent. Don't make me try.
I think Haganar is going to say something along the lines of, "I can only use the Stormlord's powers when he grants them to me. I don't like to abuse his power.
Oh.
He knows when I need his help."
And these are innocent little creatures. They haven't quite jumped out of the water at us. Maybe there's a way around them.
Why don't you try to go pet one?
It's a great idea. There's got to be a way around. And I think Proteus would start actually looking then, so I'll roll a actual perception check then.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
It's natural 20.
Nice.
All right.
So it does seem that the walls, maybe not the perfect surface, but a surface that could be scaled. Whether it be up, down, left, right. Not an impossible surface to try to climb if you don't want to go through the water.
Maybe we could get around them by climbing over these walls, or maybe there's another entrance to the cave. We could turn around to go look. There's maybe we could get a good foothold. I'm not a climber though, so maybe you guys should take the lead. Show me what it's like, and then I could toss you the torch, and you can hold it for me while I climb, and so I could see.
Sure. I can give climbing a shot. You'll just kind of like examine the walls, see if you can find a good foothold, and then try to just like go for it.
Shimmy on over there.
Yeah.
Send it, man.
You're just gonna send it. Gonna use his big claws and just gotta do.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an athletics check. Anyone who wants to climb.
I'm gonna hold off and wait and see what the frogs do or what their reaction is to. I was actually gonna suggest that too. Me and Proteus stay back and see what they do.
15 plus 5, so 20.
Yeah, so no problem. It just looks like second nature to you almost. You kind of examine the wall for a second. You go up to the left side of the cabin, find a handhold, another one. You look around, you step, and then you just kind of start scaling your way over to the other side. Unless you wanted to go on the right side, I just kind of said.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take where you're pushing me.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of.
You kind of.
So yeah, you get about 10 feet across, and you hear the frogs start croaking louder. Again, still not moving.
Try
One's
the
watching you.
What was that?
Oh, it's
Try
just
the
like
stepping
as
stone.
yeah, the stepping stone thing.
So I'm like 10 feet in then?
Yeah, I was just if there was anything differently you guys were gonna do. So you do to get louder. You can keep pushing on. Proteus and Haganar, you guys do anything?
I have a dumb question that I probably already know the answer to, but thunder wave is thunder damage, but that's not lightning, right?
Lightning.
Yeah, I figured so, but you never know.
Mhm.
I'm
Sound
gonna
damage essentially.
yeah.
Some bass.
Bass. Drop the bass, shake up the place. Yeah, unless someone else has any advice for Atlas, I think he'd keep pressing on though.
I'm just gonna ready. I'm gonna take out my crossbow and ready a crossbow in case one of those decide to try to make an attack at Atlas, just to keep
So
guard.
Atlas, I was gonna say at this point Atlas made it another 5 feet, but yeah, he made another 5 feet. So you're probably close to the other side on the right hand side. As soon as the crossbow gets pulled out, though, I'm gonna need you guys to roll initiative. The frogs are not happy about that.
I was thinking about just readying a spell, but I didn't think the frogs would be smart enough. Never underestimate the frogs. 17, 18. 18.
3, so Mark got a 15. You said 18.
Yes.
Okay. Proteus and Atlas.
12.
10.
All right. So first up is going to be Haganar. You see that these frogs get pretty agitated as soon as you pull out the crossbow, and the one on the west side of the cavern kind of starts, for narrative's sake, starts kind of advancing toward you. They hadn't moved before that, so you get the idea that maybe it's coming after you as soon as you pull that crossbow out. So you'll be the first one up. And I guess I could place you guys. That'd be good, huh?
Yeah.
So let's say Atlas made it about there, climbing.
They're coming right for us.
All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna let loose a crossbow bolt.
Which one? The one that
Let
was
her
moving
rip.
toward
The one that's closer to Atlas.
you? Okay. Yeah, go for it. Let's see it.
Yeah, that's a 6.
So yeah, you just kind of panic a little bit when you see this frog coming toward you. You didn't expect it to, and you're just like, "Oh shit! Now's the moment. You got to do something." And you aim over at the one close to your friend, your thunder buddy, maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
And yeah, just goes over this frog's head. Actually, kind of one of Atlas's feet, and hits the wall and goes down into the water. Starts to float a little bit.
Sad
Is that
arrow.
going to be? You just going to kind of stay there, or?
Yeah. I'm gonna stay there.
All right. So then that's going to go to, I believe, Mara. Proteus was last. Oh, that's right.
Kind of fitting.
Yeah. I mean, so Mara is just gonna kind of. That's my word for the week. Is kind of. Mara's gonna throw one of her kunai at this thing. Probably the same one, just to try to divert the threat, if there was one toward Atlas. So that's a. He's gonna be mad at me. I'm not rolling too well. It's an 8 to hit. So yeah, she throws one of her kunai, which is the throwing knives, I believe, with the ring on the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this one actually, when she throws it, it sticks into the wall behind it, but it actually stays. It's behind Atlas. It's not as close to him, not under his foot or anything like that. It actually sticks in the wall, and she's just gonna be frustrated, probably. And next up is gonna be these giant ice frogs, these light blue giant frogs. So the one that was advancing toward you, Haganar, is going to continue to do so. Basically going to get up. Yeah, it's going to get right up on you and attempt to bite you. Oof. It's a 21 to hit.
No.
Which I'm assuming, I know you got a high AC, but I don't know about
My
that.
AC is 22.
Not 17?
It is not 17. Not even close. Yeah, it's 17.
Yeah, so this frog comes up and does 3 points of piercing damage on you, and you are grappled. So it kind of swims up after you pull this crossbow out, and especially after you one at the other frog. It comes up and basically lunges its tongue out at you and wraps around and bites down on you, dealing a little bit of. I mean, I don't know what kind of actual teeth frogs really have, whether they're giant or not, but yeah, some tiny little teeth that they got in there pierces down like on your skin. Probably not going to be some giant teeth, whatever. But yeah, you take 3 points of piercing damage and you are grappled.
Oh wow.
So while being grappled, that means you're restrained. Your speed is 0. Your attack rolls have disadvantage. Attacks against you have advantage. Disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. And on your turn, you can attempt to make an athletics check to escape as an action. So that does that for the first frog. The second one is going to go after Atlas,
Naturally.
the close target. Yeah. Which not gonna hit you. I don't think. 8. I hope not.
No.
So yeah, this one, a lot of misses on this side of the camp. Be a dead zone or something.
Yeah.
So this one launches its tongue out at you, and it kind of wrap around your tongue, and you feel it, and you're able to like kick it away with your other foot. Didn't have quite a strong hold on you, which will end these frogs' turns. And next is Atlas on this wall.
Yeah. I'm
You got
gonna.
about. I'll give you 5 feet until the next deal, like a 5-foot gap in between.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to just get myself to the other side.
Okay. And since you're already on there, I'll give you advantage because you've been kind of climbing. It's not. No, I won't give you advantage. Just straight athletics check.
Okay.
Because you got a frog trying to attack you.
Would have been nice if you gave me advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 2. It's a 7. 2 plus
7.
5, yeah.
Okay. Well, you slide down to a point where you're about knee deep in the water before you catch yourself. There's no ledge under the water, but you kind of catch yourself on one of the footholds. Yeah. And so we'll say that was your movement. I don't really think there's anything you can do from your position anyways, but if you got anything you
I mean, if I slid down, is it not in front of me anymore? Or so like I'm basically swimming at this point, though, right?
it's like you knee deep before you stopped yourself from sliding further, but like I said, there's no ledge or anything that you're actually stepping on, kind of foothold in a wall that you happen to catch to stop yourself from plunging all the way down.
Okay. So I can't attack this thing, is what you're saying, though, right?
Oh, you have a pole arm, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, never mind. If you have like a one-handed weapon, maybe you could at disadvantage, but you ain't swinging that thing.
Okay.
All right. So next up is gonna be Proteus.
So I think to start, he would look over, see Atlas, this frog swimming at Atlas, and kind of, just hold on. I think you can make it up the wall and get over it. I believe in you, and that'll be some bardic inspiration heading your way.
Okay. So you take your D6 inspiration die.
And then, and you know what? I'm gonna save you, Haganar. I'm gonna save you, and he's gonna pull out his dagger and start stabbing at this frog.
Right, go for it.
That is a 10.
Just misses. It's you kind of you're not super familiar with actually fighting yet. So wielding a dagger is relatively new. You've gained your proficiency in it, dummies or what. Real life combat. This is not a whole lot for you, I believe, or you haven't done it a whole lot before now. So you go to swing at it or make a stab with your dagger at it, and I guess when it happened to grab Dean or grab Haganar in its mouth, it kind of did one of those maybe alligator moves, swinging around, and it happened to swing the opposite way as you were going to stab it, just missing, barely just missing.
That'll be about it.
What an impressive round.
I know.
Very, very.
I'll
Don't
get you
kill them
out.
all in one. Don't kill them all in one round, guys.
Don't worry, I'm coming. I think he'll
Top
still
of the
yell that
round.
at you.
Yeah, don't worry. Top of the round, we got Haganar. You grappled and restrained in the mouth of this frog. You can take an action to try to escape, or you can make a physical attack at disadvantage, cast a spell. What do you got?
Well, first off, I'm gonna say that I was quite impressed and shocked for a second when Proteus tried to come to my saving, but my facial feature or my the face that I was making from that shock was quickly changed back to my typical face palm, even though I can't actually face palm. But
One of those, you're like,
just kind of just disappointment. Just
Heavy eye roll.
like like watching your kid brother go to play his first, baseball game and just like completely missing and hitting himself in the face with a baseball bat somehow. Just like that's not my brother. That's not my friend. That's not.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna cast inflict wounds on
Okay.
this.
Which
Nope. I lied. I'm gonna cast sacred flame. That is what I'm actually going to do 100%. Or can I not go back on that now?
Sacred Flame. So that's a dexterity saving throw for the. But you're restrained. Oh, so what are the components for that? Is it verbal and somatic? I believe
Verbal and somatic.
you're not gonna be able to get a spell off really because you need to be able to make some sort of gestures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grasp your your
My
divine focus.
shield. Yeah.
Oh yeah, your shield. That's what it is.
Yeah. Which is probably on my back right now.
Yeah, you had your crossbow out.
Yeah.
We're
So,
narrowing down your options though.
well, I think my option is pretty much make athletics check. Is that what you said? Athletics save?
Athletics check.
Athletics check. Well, that's natural 20. Hands are up.
Yeah.
You want to come look?
You're fine. It's not a tough
Yeah, I
DC.
know.
You're fine.
I know. I'm just
But with the natural 20, yeah, it's like go anime out for me for a second. Tell me how you break out of this. Just give me some cool
so
flavor.
I go, Super Saiyan, just aura around me just explode. No, I look over there at my Thunder Buddy, and I see him almost get snatched up like I did, and starting to fall, and I hear Proteus shout out. I wasn't really paying attention to what he said, and then I see him try to make a save. So even though it was kind of bad, I guess I kind of got some confidence from it, or something along those lines, and I just get angry and just do one of those, just yeah, just kind of break out and
Big flex.
and then I look at the frog and I do the like I'm getting ready to.
So you break out of the grasp of this frog. It's tongue from dodging the dagger attack from Proteus. Maybe the tongue loosened up on you just enough that you could flex and break out. Get out of there, and you do expel yourself from this frog's mouth, and you're prone on the floor in front of it on the ground. But you're out, and you can get up. It uses half your movement speed if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and look over at Proteus. Is he within? He's within arm's reach of me, right? All right, I'm just gonna pat him on the back and tell him to shake it off.
But you got all this like frog saliva on you and shit.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be in the best T Swift impersonation that I can do.
Okay.
Maybe even do the whole, the whole
Shake it
go
off.
around.
Yeah. So Valiant escape there. So if nothing else for you, it should be Mara's turn next. All right. We'll say Mara basically. Yeah, she's just gonna kind of try to run to your side, and the map of this cave is narrow, but in a real, obviously 5 feet is what you control, like we were. So loose map ruling here, you can kind of lunge in for an attack and then just reoccupy the space that she was previously in. She's gonna come in for an attack. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but it's short sword. Starts with a W. A short katana. Yeah. The short katana, essentially. I didn't. Yeah. And that's gonna be. There, it's a little better. 14. with her walk. Yeah, with the Wakazashi.
Wakazashi.
Wakasashi.
Wakazashi.
Waka Waka
Okay.
Flame.
Wakazashi.
um, which hits. So she's basically gonna kind of go over Haganar's shoulder and just do like a quick stab at this thing, even though it's slashing damage. For 5 points of damage. All right, this first frog has been injured. 5 points of damage. Cool. So yeah, she basically goes up and she's like, "Does anyone have any other better plan than this? We're in a bottleneck here." And that'll end her turn. And next up is going to be the frogs.
Yeah.
Which. Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna get super interesting here, and they're gonna each make a bite attack. First one is gonna be the one that's kind of been messing with you guys on land there. He's gonna lash out with his tongue at Proteus this time. Ooh, 15 plus something, which I think it's gonna hit regardless. Your AC is like a 14, I think.
Yep.
15, so 18. Yeah. This frog takes a hold of you and bites down. I'm rolling a lot of 2s for damage today. I mean, it's not awful, but for 3 points of piercing damage on you, once it wraps you up and brings you in and kind of clamps down, and you're now grappled and restrained. The bottom one is going to make another attack after its near miss against Atlas. For a little bit better. It was a 6 on the die this time, so a 9. And this thing, yeah, it's just not able to get a hold of you, whether it's you sliding from losing a little bit of your grip or, wriggling around, whatever it is. It's just this thing's not able to get a good hold of you and pull you in. So then that leads up to you next, Atlas.
So I guess I need a bit of a movement refresher now. So I'm swimming essentially now, right? Or I'm standing.
Fully submerged. You can still be climbing right now. It's like knee deep in water.
Okay, so I can
But you're still on the wall essentially, if that makes sense.
Okay, now I get you. I was just a little confused about that. So yeah, I'll just try to pull myself back up a little bit and try to keep on shimmying if I can.
Yep. Go ahead with that athletics check again.
And do I need to declare using Bardic Inspiration before a roll, or can I use it even after I see the number?
It can be added after seeing the roll.
Okay.
But
You
before
just
knowing
can't
the outcome.
know. Yeah,
Okay.
whether you fail or not, you can't know.
Okay. I'm gonna use it. Probably shouldn't have used it. So that's a 4 plus 2 plus 5, so that's 11.
11.
Yeah.
That's good. You're able to get over to the other the other ledge over here, and again, I'm just doing that as movement. I know
Yeah.
it's
Thanks
kind
for
of
the
funky because
inspo.
you're. Yeah. That definitely helped you.
I
I don't
needed
know
those
what number
words
the
to get
inspiration was.
across.
Thanks for the inspo.
Okay, so I'm on dry land
Oh
now,
yeah.
though.
Yes, you are. And then as soon as you get over to there, you're able to see further into that room. So I'm just gonna reveal it now.
Right.
But yeah, you have that room behind you, and then yeah, what's going on already in front of you?
Okay. And do I still have my action?
Yep, I was just using that as movement because it takes so many turns if people were trying to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, then I'll try to pop the guy who's coming at me with my hand crossbow then.
Okay. It looks like you're 5. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could move a little bit away from him, just because you're. Oops, what am I doing? You're 5 feet away from him, so I believe that'll be disadvantage for a ranged weapon.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, I'm only 5
But-
feet away from him.
Yeah, if it's like I'm not trying to use the map too much, but if you wanted to
Mhm.
kind of walk a few paces away from the edge of the water, then
Yeah.
obviously, yeah, that'd be good.
Then if I'm 5 feet away from him, then even with like the reach on my halberd, then I think I'd rather just try to do that then.
Okay.
Just try to slash into the water, hook him a bit or something.
Let's see it.
Yeah, I would really like to see it. That's a nat 20 plus 5.
There you go.
25.
All right.
So
Cool.
that's
What's that, a
a
D8 or a D10?
D10
Ooh.
plus
All right. So
3, so 13 as it
Mhm.
is, and then
oh,
just
fuck.
making sure that's my D10, and then 5, so 18 points of damage.
Oh man, that was all right. Yeah. So you kick off these two, lashings. This frog tongue that's trying to grab a hold of you and take a chomp out of your weathered scales. Fighting off these attacks, you make it to the other side, and you turn around real quick and just come down with your halberd, I believe it is.
Yeah.
I believe you might have already said that too. But yeah, you come down with your halberd and just like right in between your eyes, and you both kind of roll back, and then the body of the frog starts to sink. That one, it just took one. That was a good crit, perfectly timed crit.
Yeah. I made one of your stepping stones for you, kid.
But then
So,
it sunk.
Next up is Proteus. Unless you wanted to do it, you had anything else you wanted to?
No, that's good for me.
All right. I'm assuming it was good for you.
Yeah.
Not so good for the frog.
Felt good. That's my first nat 20 in either of the sessions, I think. At least, maybe
Oh,
not.
really?
Yeah,
I think all
I
three
might
of
have
us have gotten
Not
one.
related.
I might
right?
have gotten them on like an ability check or something like that, but nothing that felt good.
Yeah. Is that a nat 20 for all three of us so far? I think so.
It is.
Yeah, I
It
think each of you have had one. Now
Good
it's Mars'
session.
turn to
Good
get one.
session.
And did you say
But,
Proteus?
Yep, I was gonna say if Atlas had nothing else, that's on you, Pro.
So I'm grappled currently, restrained in this frog's mouth, right?
Yep. I'm gonna switch you, and actually, I'll just put you right there.
Okay, so I don't want to make an athletics check, so can I use my racial feature of shape changer and drop myself down to the size of a halfling and try to slither my way out?
Yeah. So is that an action to do that?
Yeah, it's
racial
an
feat?
action to
Okay.
shape change.
So yeah, we'll say do that, and then make
Because that
an
would be his panic
acrobatics check.
reaction, I think.
Yeah,
would
if
be
you
to
wanted to do that, make an acrobatics check to try to like slither out.
All right. That's what I was hoping you would say.
Because yeah, if you're smaller, he's not the frog is not gonna expect that immediately. So, yeah, you know where you can try something.
That's a 15.
Okay, yeah, great. You and before everyone's eyes, it's kind of a strange thing. I mean, you'd heard changelings and everything like that. Never really actually met one until now, and you see Proteus just start to morph, and it just looks sickening
But the
almost.
clothes stay the same.
Yo, stay the same.
It says that in the feature.
That's awesome. So yeah, you shapeshift into this little halfling, shaped creature, humanoid creature, and like slide on out of there real quick. And it kind of looks now, instead of Proteus, it looks now like a little kid wearing like their dad's clothes or something, some
What?
super long pants and a big jacket or whatever. Especially the hat is all like cocked to one side and the feather. It's a pretty funny thing to see. But yeah, you make it out of there. I'd say that's your action.
That's disgusting. And that's going to be his His turn.
All right. Next up is going to be Haganar. You just witnessed this weird shape-changing thing that Proteus just did, and here you are.
Definitely dropped my jaw. I'm gonna assume that I was. I don't know. Was I? Would Haganar have been aware that he was a changeling just from meeting him?
I don't
Probably
think
not.
anyone would have been.
Yeah, I didn't think
I
so.
think he'd mentioned it at all. But
Because I was gonna keep it a big secret, but then I was like, "Oh, he's being swallowed alive. He's gonna freak out."
Yeah. So I'm just gonna just kind of stare in awe for I'm sure it'd just be a split second before I snap to. But I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead at this frog.
And that's a wisdom save or
Yes,
con save?
wisdom.
Okay. All right. So that's gonna be a natural 2 plus 0.
Sweet. So
So
that's
fails.
now a D12
Mm-hmm.
since it's taking damage. 11. Well, do I get it? I don't get any. Yeah, I don't get no pluses
No.
on that. So just 11.
11 points of damage. All right. So what did your Toll of the Dead look like again? Or no, you didn't do that yet, did you?
I cast it, but it didn't hit. I don't think so.
I think
that's
it
right.
did. I thought it was like lightning in their eyes we could kind of see,
That's
and like then
right.
it rolled
Yeah.
back.
I remember. I was gonna say because at one point we were talking about the eyes were fried out of one of the bandits, and I immediately thought of the show Supernatural. Angels like what is it? Exorcising the demons. They just kind of put their hand on their forehead and burn out. It's immediately
Oh,
where
yeah.
my brain went.
I remember what it was. I hit, but I did 1 or 2 points of damage or
Yeah.
something like that. It was real super low. So you were just yeah, you see it for a second, and then he just kind of shakes it off. So
Yeah. So what does it look like? What do you do? What's your Toll of the Dead?
So I'm gonna add a little twist to it. I decided that because I'm gonna take my warhammer and bang it against my shield, and it's still the same effect though. The eyes start to sparkle a little bit, and it just kind of just looks like it's in very much discomfort.
Yeah, so I mean, and that works too because your shield is your holy symbol as well. So you kind of just like bash your warhammer on the shield, and it radiates like this thunderous kind of energy out towards it, and then you see the crackle of lightning energy in the frog's eyes, and uh, this thing looks pretty worse for wear. It's still
He's got a headache.
yeah, but it's so you can see like kind of the skin around the eyes is like cracked and burnt a little bit. The eyes themselves look just bloodshot and all sorts of messed up from that. But yeah, it is still technically alive. Is that going to do it for you? I don't know if you have anything as a bonus action.
Nope. That'll be it.
All
Excuse me.
right. And so next up is going to be Mara. And so she basically looks and she's like, there's the lightning stuff again. And kind of like throws her kunai at it. Yeah, from where she's at, she'll throw her kunai at it in hopes to maybe finish it off. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. 17 plus 5, which that'll hit for sure. I think that's a D4. Yeah. Yeah, okay. 6 points. So immediately following this Toll the Dead, the lightning damage and everything like that, the frog was looking pretty ragged, and she kind of just comes up and throws her kunai right in between Haganar and Proteus, and it just sticks right in the left eye of the frog. It, like not yelps, but lets out this really loud bellow and starts to sink down below.
Can I grab
And
the knife real quick out of his eye? That's my reaction.
yeah, make a just a dexterity throw for me, a dexterity check.
That'd be 10.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't trying to pull away from you or anything like that. It was just sinking. With a 10, you have enough time to kind of grab that real quick. Mara got a killing blow, and she's not even here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys are now out of initiative. In this, I mean, Atlas is the only one that's made it across so far, but first initial room of the cavern here.
I'm just gonna yell across and ask Atlas what he sees. If there's anything over there.
I think he'd probably just immediately just shout back, "I'll tell you in a minute. What the hell was that?"
Oh yeah, I already forgot about that. Wow.
I didn't want you to lose this dagger. And he's kind of trying to make his voice deeper as he kind of walks over to Mara and hands her the dagger. But then he's going to slowly kind of waddle and raise back to shape as he walks. I'd imagine too.
That's nice. I didn't know he morphed into Little Nicky. I got you this dagger.
I was trying to make it high and low at the same time.
Popeye.
It's
freaking awesome.
It's fucking awesome.
My brother hit me in the face with a shovel.
Mara, get in the flash.
Get in the flash. I fucking love that. I made a Little Nicky joke the other day, and my dad, who loves Adams, never watched it. I'm just like, what? Are you fucking serious? Anyways.
Anyway.
So yeah, you guys are here. What was going on?
I was just like, I shouted out to be like, I want an explanation about what the hell this shape-shifting's about. And he's like, get in the flask, and then turns back into himself.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of slowly morph back into myself then.
All right.
Not his changeling form, the human form that he always carries around.
Right, with the mismatched
hands and the he's gonna add some more scars as he fills back up to kind of looking at Haganar as he kind of reshapes and like kind of trying to like make it follow some of his scars too.
You got like a split lip or two and
exactly.
What was I about to do? I was about to say something. I don't remember. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, so what are the rest of you guys doing? I think Mara is going to instinctively. Well, I mean, obviously we need to get over to that side. So she's going to. That's what it was. She's going to attempt to climb across, no problem. A 14 plus something. Plus 0, so plus nothing. But either way, a 14 still. Mara's able to get across. I'm not really going to move any tokens again unless there happens to be any more combat or anything that might need to be visually represented better. So pay no attention to where your tokens are located, essentially.
I think Proteus is going to cast Dancing Lights instead of holding a torch and kind of allow them to kind of swirl around him. Just kind of not closely, but like enough around him, not the full 20 feet out, but maybe 5 feet on either side to try and show everything out. And he'll pull out his little pan flute for the first time for that, and he'll just play 4 different notes kind of in a nice little do 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 pattern, and each one will kind of form its own little light, different color, pink, blue, purple, red, I don't know, whatever 4 colors would look good together like that, and they kind of just flicker around him. But that's going to be his light source as he tries to climb across.
All right, give me an athletics check. And then Haganar, if you're trying to climb across, roll that for me as well.
Natural 20, baby.
Yeah, and you make this look good too. You're pretty confident about yourself slipping out of that frog, and you just try to look as flashy as possible when you're climbing across. You even take the long way on the left side, on the west side of the camp.
Dancing
you
with the
say-
pulsation of the lights as he goes across.
Yeah.
Did you say athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Okay, I got a 12 then.
All right, easy enough. It doesn't look as good, but you get across.
I'm shocked. Shocked. When I get across, I'm gonna look at Proteus and be like, "Why are you always acting like a wimp? I mean, look what you just did. Like, you shapeshift, you save people. Are you just acting? Is this all just a joke?"
You
Is
see,
this a joke?
we are all artists and the world's a stage, but I do believe that yes, I'm a bit of an actor, and I do have my own abilities, but I like to believe that you're the strong ones, and while you may be strong in physical body, I may be strong in my mind, and I use that to my advantage. But I'm not always afraid. I'm just I get nervous.
So, oh, excuse me. So Mara went on the east side. What side would you have climbed on, Haganar?
Uh,
Following Proteus, probably, or
yeah, probably.
on the shorter. Okay. Either way, yeah, you all would have safely made it with those rolls. So I will say yeah. What's your passive perception, Atlas? Probably like 10, 11,
Yeah.
12?
Yeah, 10.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you
Also,
put any, but yeah.
quick Wildemount question. How
hmm
how common is do doppelgangers exist, and how common is the lore on them?
Doppelgangers do exist.
Mhm.
They very much so exist. Uh, how common they are, that's a question that I should be able to answer,
Would a blood
and I
hunter
don't.
know about them?
Yeah, a blood hunter would, yeah,
Oh
they
no.
would know of doppelgangers for sure. I
Mhm.
feel like they would have a little bit more. Actually, go ahead and roll me a history check while I maybe look something up and try to save myself.
12.
Solid. Um, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't know anything more than like they obviously can change their shape pretty like at will. Um, they're not really ever inherently good or evil, kind of just take care of themselves by whatever means,
Mhm.
and they're definitely not natural to this world, but obviously their existence came about by some magical means, and once they were produced into the world, it's kind of spread.
Okay.
Mm.
Um.
But it's interesting. This could be fun.
Couldn't it?
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Anyway, passive perception of 10. What's going on?
You and Mara actually both hear maybe what sounds like a thing or a bipedal creature maybe sneaking up behind you type of deal, and you look and you do see um, making a poor attempt to
Get
sneak
the
up on you
jump on
guys.
me.
Yeah. another elf bandit dressed similarly to the ones in Pelk's Curiosities. It's a shorter elven female. Doesn't seem to notice you guys hearing or noticing her out of your but yeah, definitely watching you guys.
I'll just kind of like eye over to Mara, then eye back, and just kind of like a "you want to get the drop now" kind of thing. like raise a
She's
halberd.
Oh, maybe we could talk to her.
Mara's gave you a nod already. Yeah, all right. I'm up for that. And then I'm gonna move you guys now, just kind of for this.
Okay.
But so yeah, you guys are kind of here, and that little walkway, it's narrow. But it's not too narrow that you wouldn't be able to go over to the other side or anything like that. But yeah, what are you guys up to? Obviously, Proteus said maybe we could talk. Are there any responses to that? Mara basically silently gave you a nod, acknowledged your statement, Alice.
Then I'm gonna try to shoot her.
So it will be. I'll give like half cover on that. I mean, you could move out probably if you'd like to get a better angle. That would draw more attention to you, but even so, I think first shot off, you'd be able to get advantage. So the half cover is irrelevant. You can move out if you want.
Okay, yeah, I think he'll, do that, like, just kind of spin across the wall, kind of deal. Or, no, it's a hand crossbow, so just, at least he's hoping it goes well.
Right.
And did you say advantage on that, or?
Because while she was kind of watching you guys, she didn't expect you to see her essentially, so she's not prepared to block any sort of aggression.
With advantage, that's a 12.
I believe that hits, actually. That just hits.
Yeah, right in the money. What is that? Oh, there it is. 4 points of damage. Piercing.
All right. So, we'll have everyone roll initiative now. Yeah, all right. 4 points.
14.
18.
All right.
8.
Look at Proteus with the confidence. He's going from last to first.
Then my dumbass was just about to be like, Mara, what do you got? 18 plus 3, Mara gets a 21.
Ah,
So to start off, it's going to be, okay. And that was, you said 4 points of damage,
Yep.
right? Okay. So yeah, you're kind of there and you notice it out of your side and you make a little comment. And Mara gives you a nod and well, maybe we should try to talk. You kind of do this roll and push off of the wall and shoot your hand crossbow at it. Makes purchase in this bandit's shoulder, and she's just like, ah. And Mara immediately runs up and kind of across the room, not up to the bandit, but moves across the room and launches one of her kunai at said bandit up for a natural 20. Nice. So now officially every player has gotten a natural 20. Too bad it's on a D4 damage die.
What a
But
session.
so that's a 4 plus 3 plus whatever I roll. So 4.
11.
So 11 points. Gee. So just as fast as you guys noticed, this bandit, she went down real quick with an arrow and a knife to the chest. Basically, Mara lunges across the room, kind of in an arc shape behind Atlas, and tosses one of her kunai there, and immediately as soon as the arrow makes purchase, the kunai hits right in the sternum, and she just kind of like backs up against the wall and like slowly droops down. That went really clean and silent, guys.
Oh, that was a hell of a throw, girl.
Appropriate response. Just imagine.
And I imagine
Thank you.
just to go over and start examining some corpses.
All right. Yeah. So while that's happening, let's get perception from Proteus and Haganar. And then Atlas, as you approach the body. Actually, how far? Oh yeah, you're fine. You can kind of see down this little natural corridor in the cavern, and it looks like there's maybe a little campsite down there. But as far as the body, didn't really have much on her. She had a scimitar, light crossbow, and a quiver of arrows. Maybe actually she didn't even shoot any off. So 20 arrows in her quiver, or bolts. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And just some basic leather armor. No coin purses or anything like that.
Okay. Take the bolts for flavor then, at least.
Okay. And then what were the perceptions that you guys had? Sorry.
I had a 19.
Okay.
So I'm oblivious as all hell, and apparently I'm just gonna, poke my head kind of off in that direction and be like, "Hey, does she have any teeth?" I rolled a 3,
Oh, nice.
so
Well, Proteus, actually, how far is the
Dancing lights.
yeah.
They are. So I can see dim light for 10 feet from the lights. So I could see 15 feet down that corridor.
I'm so glad I asked you that. Because I almost revealed some shit. So yeah. Kind of. You don't really, you just see it kind of start it, but also you do hear like some almost jovial, not jovial, some like kind of happy-ish sounding voices and some croaking. And like every now and then, I don't know, like the sound that maybe a large eating something, like grabbing it with its tongue. I don't know how to describe it, but that
Like
type
a
of
slapping
sound.
noise.
Yeah, every word that I was going to try to come up with is not going to sound good, so
I think, Proteus would go, hey, to Haganar. Listen.
I don't know, man. I just want some teeth.
So pointing it out, obviously, you would be able to see. You have dark vision, 60 feet.
Yep.
50, 55. Oh yeah. So pointing it out is, you'll be able to see down that way. It was just Proteus wasn't able to see. He was able to kind of hear what's going on, but after he kind of tells you to quiet down for a second and focus, you see a dwarf and an elf bundled in layers of wintered clothing that are throwing dead bats into the air. Two giant blue-skinned frogs leap up to snatch the bats midair, seemingly as part of a training exercise. And then,
I'm gonna look at.
and then you also hear, "Hey, where'd the other one go? She said she heard something and she was gonna be right back."
I'm gonna look at, obviously, because I don't know that Proteus can't see it. I'm just gonna assume he can. I'm like, hey, you see that?
It's quite dark.
I'm just gonna kind of look at him, kind of puzzled, and like, "Hey, Atlas, come here." I'm trying to
hmm
call out to him without actually being able to say it loud
Being
enough.
quiet.
Yeah. If I had to take a couple steps over that way, I definitely
Right,
would.
just to get his attention without being too loud. Easy enough.
Okay.
So yeah, everyone's aware of that side now, and then yeah, Atlas, you had seen that what looks to be kind of bedrolls that no one's in them. A campfire that looks like it might be dying down, like it's not completely out yet, but it's definitely not roaring. There's scattered empty, wine bottles, spirit bottles, bones of meat, maybe. Like someone, little camp in here.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll meet up with Haganar, and I guess we'll kind of relay each other's information to each other, and just
And then I'm assuming Mara came over as well too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I feel like this would be a point where I would look at her and ask her what we should do because she always seems to make the rational decisions versus, my chokeholds and whatnot. But yeah, I'm just
So
gonna kind of go ahead.
I would have heard what you guys were saying to each other. I'm assuming being able to put enough together about what's down the hall there without actually seeing it. I could cast my lights out further, and maybe we could get a couple shots off if we need to, or we could still talk to them.
we could.
Go ahead.
From what I saw down there, bedrolls, fire. I'd have to think that's close by to where they are, so I'm thinking maybe the path connects. So maybe me and the elf can head on down and flank them from one side, and you guys can come down from the other.
I think that's a good plan. Would the other way be closer, do you think?
Hard to tell, really. I didn't go down there and see for myself.
Maybe I'll investigate that way, because I can't really see that well.
Yeah. Maybe the muscle can just head
Yeah,
on
so-
straight down, and then you two can hit it from the side.
I'm gonna pat Atlas on the back and say, "Let's go, Thunder, buddy."
All right.
So I
Spring
forgot
action,
to
boys.
include something into this. So this room, by the way, that you covered in bat shit on the floor. I'm supposed to be having you guys make acrobatic checks,
Guano.
but since I forgot, yeah, I actually in my notes labeled it the guano room. So yeah, no, I was supposed to have you guys make like essentially balance checks, but since I hadn't through that combat, I'm not going to do that anymore. But I wanted to let you guys know that there's a lot of bat shit in that room.
Yeah, I can see the texture now. I was kind of wondering what that was.
Lots of
Guano.
poopy.
Lots of
Guano.
Maybe it was the bat shit that started this whole frost crisis thing.
Sickness comes from bat shit. Okay.
It might come from bats. You never know.
You never know.
Maybe
Oh,
we should
boy.
just like stand away from each other as well.
No, we
So
should
what
all
was the decision? I believe you said, what was it? Thunder Buddies on the right, and then or did I mishear that?
I think it was vice versa.
Yeah, Thunder Buddy's on the left, so we're gonna be in the same
Okay.
side where the elf and dwarf are, and then not muscle team
Proteus.
is gonna be
Yeah.
on going down to the bedroll side.
Not muscle team.
So Proteus is gonna have to step in some shit.
Yeah.
Mara, can you carry me?
This is quite fast.
Oh, this is horrendous. It smells awful. Like shit.
Shit. So yeah, you guys are essentially gonna try to sneak around to the other side. Let's get stealth checks from everybody. So long as you're trying to sneak, I guess.
Not a natural 20, but I got excited. I love it
Oh,
when a plan
wait.
comes together.
I'm at disadvantage too, right on.
Oh yeah.
6.
22 for me.
That's a 6. All right.
I am not gonna try to sneak anywhere.
You're just gonna walk.
I might. I'm pretty confident that that I can do some damage from right here. At least off the jump. Because I know, I got some clanky armor. That's not gonna help in any kind of way. So I'm gonna.
And Proteus, you guys got some pretty good stealth. Mara almost stealthed out of this narrative, but so I'd say, however, like what approach would you want to take? Would Proteus, if when you guys are coming in, are you going to want to as far south in the cavern and come up behind, or basically that larger rock that you would first reach? Would you go right or left?
I would
Because both of you are both very, very, very sneaky right now, so you can basically get wherever you want.
cast the dancing lights closer to me. So the dim light would only be
Like adjust it too, I believe, right?
right. Yeah, so they can go as far out as 20 feet, as close in as right above you. They would all be right above me.
Okay.
And then just kind of 10 feet around me is all I could really see, I would say. But or 15 feet around me, I guess it would be. But yeah, I'd hug that rock, that big wall. The one that I feel would connect to the other room.
Okay. Yeah, so then basically I'll just place you guys right there, close enough for, if you guys have any sort of plan. I will say, Atlas, with your outstanding stealth check, you'd make it.
He's just walking.
Yeah, you guys are kind of just strolling. I don't know if Haganar's following along with you. You said you might stay there, or what?
Yeah. I'll move up 5 feet to like here, and that's it. Because I don't
Okay.
want to risk being
Cool.
loud. I'm a walking drum set right here.
So you just set yourself there, and yeah, Atlas make. I'd say about a good 20 feet from where he was at before. These bandits are kind of like, what? Who the hell is that? And so let's have everyone roll initiative, just because the no sneaky. But
19, 20. Not natural.
Okay. I'll give. Let's see.
I also got a 19.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do straight rolls for initiative. I was gonna try to give you guys some, but
17.
17, nice. Yeah, I guess you guys don't really need it. So 19.
No, Hagnar's is 19 plus 1, I think, right?
Yeah, I got a
Sorry, I missed
Not
that.
natural,
20.
that's right.
Not natural, right?
And then Mara with a 6. Real good initiative roll on that one.
She's just being so stealthy. She can't hit anything. She just passes right through it.
Right.
She just doesn't even take it.
Good news is most of you are going to be before everything. So yeah, they notice Atlas walking in, and so far it's really the only. I'm sure if they looked past Atlas, they'd see Haganar, but they just see this hulking dragonborn walking in here. It's probably nonchalant, like, hey. But yeah, first up is going to be Haganar. You kind of hear him call out. He's like, oh, who the hell is that? As Atlas walks up, and you do see maybe. Oh yeah, you do see over to the to your left of your field of view, Proteus and Mara basically ready to jump out as well.
All right. I am going to cast Sacred Flame at the dwarf.
And
Where
that's
did it go?
dexterity save, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm sitting here getting ready to roll.
So that's a 4 plus 1, so a 5. He's going to fail that save.
And that is 1d8. 5.
5 points of damage. All right, all right. There we go. All right. What was it that you were attacking with? I'm sorry. I
Sacred-
should
Sacred
Flame. That's
Flame.
right. I rolled the dex save. So, yeah. So you see this dwarf, direct his attention toward Atlas, and you're just like, well, now's as good a time as any. Why not? And you reach out and kind of grasp onto your shield to hold onto the holy symbol. Close your eyes, and you open them back up, and there's the lightning energy that all this flavor no one's seeing because Atlas got his back turned to you, but. A little sparkle in your eyes, and then it just launches this sacred flame out with it's radiant damage, but there's the lightning energy kind of such as it is around all your spells. But yeah, 5 points of radiant damage to that guy, to that dwarf bandit there. And next up is going to be Proteus, unless you got anything else, Haganar. You got your full movement speed, you got a bonus action.
Yeah, I will move about right here.
Just along the wall a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to point it out to me. Just let me know.
Okay.
I don't know how that looks on the thing, the
Looks
the
good.
blip. So then I was gonna say 'cause you could be like right there, and then other people will be like, I don't know what he's pointing at.
Yeah, it actually shows up. So hey, I'm happy with
Oh,
it.
okay. Perfect. That works for me then. Yeah, so you do your movement, and then Proteus, you're up over there, kind of hidden next to Mara. You saw Haganar shoot his sacred flame out, and Atlas basically kind of just marched in, which doesn't seem too,
I wouldn't
off.
see that.
Yeah, too out of the ordinary.
Oh, that's too far. Yeah, that is too far for
Yeah.
your. So you do hear the exchange though, and you see the bolt of radiant lightning shoot out, and like a groan of pain from a gruff being that you heard earlier.
Would the frogs be croaking?
Yeah, at this point they're probably not like crazy, but a little louder.
All right, I would take the path down below the rock then to the most southern part of the wall.
Okay. I kind of had a feeling. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So then you kind of peer around, and there's these two frogs. One's kind of on the edge of the water. One's out of it, and then still wouldn't really be able to see the bandits. I don't think.
And then I'm gonna pull out my short bow and fire a shot at the frog that is out of the water. Actually, probably not the one in the water.
All right, go for it.
All right. This is a 17.
All right, that will hit for sure.
All right. Come on, Proteus. Get some damage.
Gaining some confidence there.
All right, buddy. That's 6 points of damage too.
6 points. It's to the one in the water, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you feel as if you got a pretty advantageous position on whatever's going on. You had almost been devoured by one frog, so not gonna wait around to see if the next one will be so nice to you. And pull out your short bow, launch an arrow into it, and it catches the side of this frog, and it kind of shifts its attention over toward you, and looks unhappy. It's got a thing sticking out of it now. Anything else for you on your turn, Proteus?
try to shuffle back behind the rock a little bit.
Okay.
Not all the way back, just like, probably this square.
All right. No problem. So then that'll do it for you. Next up is Atlas, Mr. Atlas Wildstorm.
Hmm. So, yeah, I think Atlas would probably try to just get all up in this dwarf's face, and
Naturally.
I think he's got an intelligence of 14. I think he has the ability to make some inferences and go, hey, this might be that dwarf we were talking about. So I think I'm gonna try to attack with my halberd, but do non-lethal damage. So really just like kind of jam them with the end, I guess, kind of deal, or like jacking them up against the wall with it, some sort of
Like a baseball swing or like a poke with the blunt end or something.
yeah, something on those lines.
I'm about it.
If he could get a good roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he comes swinging, but forgets how short a dwarf is. I'm gonna guess 11 to hit.
11 just misses. Oh man, so close. Yeah, you go to baseball swing and it's underneath and I believe the back end of the halberd, if I remember correctly, is kind of a spike, right? And the front end's more of an axe, or yeah. So that spike kind of like lodges into the stone. Yeah, and you're able to pull it out. It's not anything stuck in there, but yeah, just barely missed him. Next up is that for you?
Yeah.
All right. Next up is going to be the frogs. The one in the water is most definitely going to chase after whatever sensation, whatever poking sensation that got. So, yep, it's going to make its way up here and bite attack at Proteus. It's like, man, I didn't even know there was anything over here. I guess I'm trying to talk. I don't think words. Who knows? But that's going to be a 12 to hit you, Proteus.
It does not.
All right. Yeah, as you're kind of scurrying away, well, after you shot it, and you're just like, yeah, oh shit, it's coming for me. And you sort of scoot back a little bit, and it lashes its tongue out, and you're able to kind of like pick up your foot just in time as it was starting to try to coil around. This next one is going to make a leap.
Feeling frog.
Yeah. Feeling froggy. So it's going to make a leap up here next to Atlas and make an attempt to bite him. God bless America. 2 plus 3. So a 5 to hit you, it just basically, when it landed, it didn't quite get its footing and missed entirely. Like, it wasn't even close. You didn't have to shake it off or dodge or nothing. It was just didn't quite stick the landing. Following that will be our elven bandit over here, and she, seeing Haganar shoot that sacred flame at the dwarf companion of hers, she's going to shoot her light crossbow at you, Haganar, or in your direction at least. No, probably not. A 13 to hit?
Nope.
No.
Where'd she go?
17. What?
Where is she?
The bandit right here, right next to the frog.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I can't. Okay. That's weird.
Is that the only one that you can't see?
Yeah, I can see the frogs and the dwarf dude. Oh, there you go. It just moved.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, that's weird. Yeah, so she's gonna shoot her light crossbow at you, and you kind of just block it off to the side. The bolt coming your way, and she's gonna hunker over here next to this bucket of dead bats, next to the wall, and basically looking like she's preparing for more combat. Then our dwarf pal over here He's like, oh, I like to play with fire. I like to do things old school. And he just at Atlas, and yeah, his scimitar for there we go, a 15 plus 3, so an 18 to hit.
Oh yeah.
I think. Oh, all right, some damage. Cool. 1d6. Okay. 2 points of fucking damage. Well, 3 points of piercing damage or slashing damage. I'm sorry. At you with the scimitar. He just kind of still has like some singed, his leather armor, whatever, frayed off of that from it being old, singed, and smell a little bit of burnt, nasty hide, from the sacred flame. And yeah, he slashes at you with his scimitar, just kind of like across the chest, but it doesn't go too deep. Like the armor obviously takes most of it, but it's a little bit.
No bit. Wee bit.
A little bit. And then, finally, next up be. Forgot about her for a second.
The Forgotten Mara.
Yeah.
She's just so stealthy that nobody remembers.
And she's basically going to, worry about this frog that's right in front of Proteus because it's the closest threat to her. So she's gonna move up and kind of take the frog with her wakizashi, and then take a step back following the attack. Let's roll that one. An 11 plus, which that'll hit, I think. Plus 5. Oh yeah. So she moves up and takes a slash at this giant frog for, I don't like playing other people's characters. A 5 plus 3, so 8 points of slashing damage, frog, which now looks pretty rough in front of you, Proteus. Not exactly clinging on to death's door or clinging on, by a thread, or it's looking pretty ragged. Got, your arrow in it, and now a pretty gnarly slashing wound on the top of it, which will go up now to the top of the round to Haganar.
All right. I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead on the dwarf.
Okay, sticking with the range, go for it. You do your pound into the shield again, and that's a wisdom save, right? It's a 6 on the die, so he's probably gonna fail.
Yeah.
Plus 0, so 6. And he's taking damage, so it's a D12, I believe.
Yes. Where'd it go? There it is. I'll get that out of the way. 7.
Cool. So you do this pounding on your shield and closing your eyes and grasping your shield again because it's your holy symbol on it. And probably you being the type of cleric that you are, it might even be carved into the shield rather than something nice and innate crafted that way. So yeah, you clutch onto your shield and bang onto it, and this dwarf just kind of clutches his head and burst of electric energy shooting out of his eyes and blood running down his ears.
You kind of cut out on the end there.
Yeah, you just lost it completely, Bill.
Well,
We heard the blood down the ears, and then it was just nothing.
Yeah. So the eyes and then blood running down the ears, and lets out a scream of pain as he slumps down to the ground in front of Atlas.
Cool. So he's dead then.
Yeah.
Shit.
So you still have movement, you have a bonus action, or end your turn.
I'm gonna stay right there.
Cool. Why fix what's not broken, right?
Yep.
Next up is Proteus. You saw a flash of light and heard a yelp of pain. Not too unfamiliar, I guess, seeing as how yesterday went, but also you don't know 100% what's going on over there.
Right. So I'm gonna say. He's gonna say to Mara, I need to take this one out. I have to. And he's gonna pull his dagger out. And he's gonna try to stab this fucking frog right in the head. Maybe.
I'm gonna give Proteus a D6, a DMD.
Oh, that's so nice. Whatever.
Because he needs this. And if you fail, then that's just great.
I mean, it would have been a 13. Would that have hit anyway?
Yeah, it would have.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You never know. You gotta. He needed that. He needed that one. And I feel like with the confidence, anyways, you still would have hit.
And that's 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. All right, that is more than enough. And you basically take your dagger and you. I don't know. Yeah, you're not gonna eat back. Something, just stab this dagger in between its two eyes. Like at that moment, it was kind of trying to reach its tongue out to get you, and it just slumps to the ground, and there's a croak, like type of the breath leaving its frog lungs for the last time.
All right. And then I think he would step over, like in like a panic situation, because he's still like worried about what's going on over around the way, and kind of move to where I guess the first spot he was kind of area.
Okay, back up, kind of. Okay, yeah.
Oh no, I meant like when he first took the first shot, I guess, so he can get a better view.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay, I see.
And then move the lights out to the full, like, I don't know, 20 feet, whatever that would be, to see what's going on over there.
Right, yeah, so now you'll be able to see in dim lighting 10, 15. Because you can move them 20 feet away from you. And
I can move them 60 feet away as a bonus action.
Oh, right. And they emit 10 feet of bright light?
Right. They said dim light in a 10-foot radius, and then, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Dim light. All right, yeah, but so you would be able to see, positioning them over there, you'd be able to see Atlas, this frog, and then another elven bandit.
All right, and then he's just going to end his turn by saying, like, welcome to the limelight. And that's going to be it.
All right, next up is going to be Atlas. So you just saw this dwarf that you were going to try to not kill.
Die.
Just, no pun intended, but get his bell rung.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if that
What
wasn't intended.
Yeah, no, very intended. But I seem cool when I say no pun intended.
Yeah. So, would you agree that we are in a line, the three of us here, me, Frog, and Elf?
Say so,
I think I'm going to get a little excited on this one.
Time, boys.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use my Dragon's Breath. So,
Hell yeah.
dex save from both of them.
All right, for the frog, it's a 7 plus 1, so an 8. And then for the bandit, that's a 17, so it'd be half damage for him, right?
Yep.
So a total of 18, but yeah. So 4 damage to the frog, the bandit, which makes sense. She'd be able to get out of the way sooner than the frog.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's going to be 2d6, 5 on the first d6, and 6 on the second one. So 11 points of lightning damage for the frog and 5 points for the bandit.
Nicely done. 5
So, yeah.
points. All right.
See, the dwarf kind of drops, and Atlas just kind of turns, sees these two lined up, and just and fires it out.
Sweet. Yeah. So you're just like, well, fuck it. I was gonna try to one, and then yeah, you're just like, oh, okay. Or I feel like there's probably like a nice shot kid or something like that in there, and then check this out. Hey, water boy, check this out.
I imagine like there's like a Godzilla-esque like screech when he does it, just like a.
Right. For sure. So yeah, both of these. The bandit's not looking like she's, knocking on death's door again. But the frog's looking pretty worn down too. More so, just a little bit. But yeah, that leaves you with I believe that was an action, right? So you got a bonus and some movement if you need it.
Yep.
If you said anything, you cut out. I don't know, because I thought I heard
No,
the
no,
end of what you're.
I was just thinking. But I think I'm good.
I heard. All right. Cool. Yeah. Next up, it's going to be the remaining frog, and so this is going to provoke an attack of opportunity if you choose Atlas, but it's definitely going to hop back toward the water.
I will
And
take that opportunity if I can.
absolutely. Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know why I was going to say anything more. Never mind.
Hey, he's real froggy. That's a 7. So
Oh,
just leaps
sorry,
right
yep.
over the slash.
Yeah, you kind of go horizontal, and it's just underneath it. You're still a little winded from, exhaling your full capacity to get that your lightning glands warmed up.
Yeah.
It
was a sad
yeah.
rollover too. Like it landed on like one of the corners, so it was like between 10 and 2, and then it just sloped over to the 2, and I was like,
that last little.
I was like, would have been 15 or 7. That's fine too.
Or 7. Either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, the frog basically just submerges itself back in the water after that torrent of lightning, and this elven bandit, she is going to pop another shot at Haganar with her light crossbow. Toward Haganar with her light crossbow, and attempt to book it out of there. So that's okay. So she's heading back in this direction, which she'll end up running into Mara. But yeah, her crossbow. It was basically almost not even super intended to hit. Like if it did, obviously that's great for her, in her eyes. But maybe just to distract you while she's trying to run across.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mara's right there in front of her. And that'll finish her turn. And next up to finish the initiative order is going to be Mara. She's just going to move up and take a slash with her Wakazashi. Wakazashi.
Wackazashi.
This week we're forging a Wakazashi.
12 plus 5, so 17. That's going to hit the bandit for a d6. 6 plus 3, that's 9. I think that is more than enough. So yeah, essentially this Mara's killing it today, guys. So this bandit is basically trying to get away from the fight. Like, all right, there's multiple of these people, and one of me, frog, just dipped out. So I'm out of here. And she runs and kind of like, as she's rounding this corner, sees Mara, and Mara just like puts her wakazashi straight through her mouth. Like she turns and goes, oh, and then sword right there. And then she just kind of like, it was almost a surprise for Mara too. She's coming to help and sees a bandit real quick and takes the shot, drops her. So right now, as far as immediate threat, you guys are. There is not one. I'll keep you in initiative for like maybe one round for immediate actions. If you decide you want to leave the frog alone, we can continue on. But for now, yeah. Actually, no initiative. We're out of initiative. That's done. Yeah. There's a frog that jumped in the water, but as far as immediate threat, there is none. So we'll take you guys out of initiative for now. But also, if we want, if anyone needs to take a break for like 10 minutes, something like that,
Yeah.
maybe have to pee.
How's everyone feeling? Break time?
Because I definitely wanted to get a break in before this, but the second combat kind of like it happened.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody else wants to, take just like a quick 5 minute, but if not,
Yep.
I'm good to go as well.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
I'm
for
good
now.
to go. I'm good to
Alright.
keep going.
Okay, I'm gonna. I gotta go to the bathroom really bad.
Okay.
That's why I cleaned it up.
Alright.
And welcome back. Had to take a little potty break, but essentially, where we find ourselves, where the party is inside Croaker Cave after combat encounters with blue frogs and
It sounds like you're censoring yourself, Bill.
Yeah, it keeps
You're, like,
cutting
cutting
out a
in.
couple times.
And out one word. So we're inside Croaker Cave. And
like I'm having some ticks here.
Yeah,
Uh,
like you're just really
Something like
unhappy
that.
about what's going on. We're in Croaker
We're inside this
Cave.
motherfucking Croaker Cave.
And after battles,
And the motherfucking party finds themselves.
But yeah, so essentially the party woke up this morning, had themselves Elro.
Had themselves a fucking hell of a breakfast.
Atlas enjoyed it.
It kind of cuts out at like kind of perfect moments almost to make it seem like
I was like ready to be serious about this welcome back thing here, okay? And it's not working.
The
You
internet
guys gotta
said no.
my leg.
all right, we're in.
So yeah, no, there's a couple fights in this cave. Not much else has really transpired. They've went through a room full of bat shit on the floor, some guano, if you will. Fought some frogs and a couple bandits, and are now maybe gonna dive deeper into this cave and see what they can find.
And we're back.
So take it away.
Yeah, Haganar is gonna go search the dwarf body, see if he knocked any
Teeth
loose
out.
teeth out.
So you guys are gonna do that, and you're gonna hear Proteus dive headfirst in this pool of water.
You know, I was waiting on it. I was thinking that, and I'm like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe he'll be happy with what he got. I was wrong.
Yeah, I was actually gonna have a oddly wholesome moment with that pond, but never mind. I'll just try. So, are you just looking for teeth, or are you actually gonna like search this dwarf's body as well?
I'm gonna search the body.
Okay, because I
but
was
if
like,
I happen,
do I have to wait my turn and then be like, all right, I want to get into those pockets. I'm pulling teeth. Give me a minute.
if I happen to find any spare teeth in the pockets, or just knocked out over the floor somewhere, maybe he's got a teeth fetish like I do. I don't know.
Yeah, he
Maybe.
has his pockets are filled with teeth. Anyway,
That would be.
Investigation check for me there, Haganar.
I would.
Proteus, I'm gonna need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
You said investigation 11 plus 0.
Mhm.
11.
I fucked up. Unnatural 20.
Okay, yeah, you're good. So you dive headfirst into this. It's about 10 feet deep, so you reach the bottom pretty quick, and there's a frog down there as well. Oh, you actually don't see that unless you're keeping your dancing lights with you? Like they go down to the
I'd
water with
imagine
you?
he would try to keep them with him at all times.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever kind of focus that requires from him.
So yeah, you dive in there, and it's just the coldest cold you've ever felt in your life. And for a minute, it's like feels like it has a grasp on you. But you kind of gain your composure, and in front of you, there's this giant frog with a wound or two in it, I believe, and some blood leaking out of it. And so for this purpose, I'll have just you roll initiative because I'm sure you're probably just going to try to kill it. Seems to be.
Ooh, too bad. It's a 6.
A 7.
The frog
So,
fucking
yeah.
grapples him and just drowns him down there.
This could be a problem.
So, well, I mean, it's gonna lunge out at you with an to try to bite you, and it's not gonna hit. It's a 5 plus 3, so an 8 to hit. It's basically shocked, that someone dove into this water. It's pretty cold. Hadn't really seen any other life in this water besides these frogs. So I guess it was thrown off when it tried to bite at you, just as a reaction based. I mean, it wasn't its reaction. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have you take a round, and then we'll see what everyone else is doing.
Okay. Yeah. Just gonna try to stab him with the dagger. Is there a disadvantage or anything underwater? Like, I don't know. I've never
so
ran underwater combat.
Actually, that's a good. Thank you for mentioning that.
I think it depends on weapon type.
Yeah, I think there's a really heavy disadvantage for ranged.
I think it's something along with swimming speed too for melee attacks. I think if you don't have swimming speed, you don't have.
Why am I have D&D Beyond. What am I doing? I can just look at D&D Beyond, the official tool set for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Exactly. Right. You can always count on it.
It's almost like that's what it was made for.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
It is the official digital tool set after all.
Yeah, with apparently a player character sheet app coming up, or an update to their app. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Under
the sea.
Water.
Under the sea.
Combat.
Yep. When making a melee weapon attack, a creature that doesn't have a swimming speed, either natural or granted by magic, has disadvantage on the attack roll unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident.
Yeah.
So we're still good on the dagger. We're both right there. Cole, good job.
Mm-hmm.
Good call, man. Good job.
That's something
rules.
I haven't fucked with a whole lot.
Yeah.
Probably something I should have read up on for this specific
moment
purpose. Yeah.
All right. So just normal roll then. Cool. So 24 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit, my friend. That'll hit.
All right. And that's 4 points of damage.
All right. That. Of course, it plays. That's exactly how much hit. So I imagine. Now you can flavor this yourself, but what pops into my head is like dagger and dive in. But that's just because of the feathered hat. I think is probably why my brain went there.
No, I'm totally with you. That's good. That's good. I like that.
But yeah, you go ahead and just put your dagger in your teeth here. Dive in. The frog tries to lash out at you, and you grab the dagger out and just jam. Much like you killed the other frog before, jam the dagger in between the eyes, and you can see them roll back, and the lids kind of close. And make another Constitution saving throw for me as you're leaving the pool, assuming that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah. That'd be 12.
Cool, you're good. So yeah, you guys just see this. you don't see really much of anything besides Proteus putting his dagger in his teeth, diving in the water, and then kind of
hat staying on top.
Yeah, hat stays on top. Comes out and he's just like shaking some stuff off, and even though he was in water and there's probably no blade, wiping his blade off on his pants or something.
Yeah, I agree.
And searching the bandit, you find just his, scimitar. Same deal. Basic loadout for these bandits. Not crappy condition weaponry, but used, light crossbow and scimitar. Bolts. You'll full quiver for the dwarf if you want to search the elf. She had a couple bolts fired.
I'm gonna take the dwarf's bolts for sure. Add them to mine.
Right.
Um,
Oh, you weren't here yesterday. That's right. So yesterday we were kind of speaking on ammo, tracking the kind of it's more flavor because arrows and bolts and stuff like that are so inexpensive. It's real adventurers or whatever the fuck, they're gonna make sure they have what they need before they leave. So
yeah.
every now and then just be like, I'm gonna spend some money on arrows or whatever.
Okay. But yeah, so I'll take the bolts, and then as I'm taking the bolts, and I glance up and I see.
Were you checking for any, or were you grabbing teeth? I forgot to ask
Yeah,
you
he
that.
was
I was
looking for
looking
'em.
for to see if any of them got knocked out perchance, or anything like that. I'm not gonna spend too much time
No,
because
you
even
don't see
though
any teeth, just the ones in their mouth.
all right, well, I am after seeing as this is going on, I see Proteus, the whole knife in the mouth and diving in the water and coming up, and uh, so I'm gonna ask how he did, aside before the pond thing, you know, just ask him how he fared, ask him if he's hurt, anything like that.
I'm only hurt on the inside. It's quite cold, but other than that, no, I'll be all right.
I'm gonna go over and place a tooth necklace around Proteus's neck as approval of.
Had made or something like that.
Yeah, well, I have
Makes tons of them.
I sell them too as well.
Okay.
So,
Teeth? Like teeth
yeah.
that you didn't already have, so you can make a better necklace.
So I just just any teeth. It doesn't matter. Obviously the bigger the better. Dragon teeth or some shit like that. But just teeth of the enemies. I make necklaces. If anybody wants them, I'll sell them. But mostly, I give them out in times of I don't want to say admiration, but maybe acceptance. Maybe acceptance. I heard some commotion going on back behind that rock. And I can just sense. You can just sense the beaming confidence that's coming off of Proteus right now. And then seeing him dive into the water after the frog and come out unharmed again. It just it's kind of it's nice. So I want to give him a little token of my halfway acceptance. We'll say that. Not all the way there, but I'm much better than we were before we came in this cave.
I mean, yeah, when you place that necklace around his neck, like literally just walking up, and he's got the hat, and he's kind of like wringing it out maybe, and about to put it on, and you just
Yeah, that feather probably looks pretty matted now.
definitely drooping down. And you put that necklace over his neck, I think he just kind of frees up and not say anything. He just kind of and just accept it, like just nod at you and like kind of wide-eyed accept it.
Disgusted, but terrified.
Exactly. He's not going to turn it down.
I don't want this on me. He might kill me if I take it off.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so here you guys are. Cleaning her gear back, putting it back away, looking around the room.
Yeah. I think I'd like to head over to the campsite then. Make my way over there.
All right. So making your way over there, you see there's 10 empty bedrolls arranged in a circle. By now, it's pretty cold. Still small smolders, but not really enough to produce much smoke or anything like that. Again, there's empty bottles of wine, liquor, just other various food waste and whatnot on the floor. Bones from like birds, chicken bones maybe, some whatever. And then a path, corridor up to the north. Obviously the one that you guys came down, but then another one just to the right of it that you've not discovered or gone through yet.
Yeah. I'm gonna start walking down it. Let's go. Do it.
I think Atlas
Going up
was.
north, or
What were you gonna say, Cole?
I was gonna say I think Atlas will like snag one of the one of the liquor bottles that are just laying around. Just be like,
You
all right,
know-
let's go.
yeah, as you're walking up, go ahead and make a perception check for me, Alex. Get a closer look at the place as you're walking up.
Who, Mirham?
Anybody. I was gonna say just you at first, but really
Okay.
anybody that walks up to the area, if they want to check it out. Perception.
Unnatural 20.
11.
20 total then?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. So, yeah, 11.
And speaking of that wine bottle, I almost said something. My thought path went towards looking to find like a chicken leg or a chicken wing or something. But I was like, yeah, better not.
So, Atlas, you being the first one to speak up, assuming you're the first one to actually, you do see in kind of like halfway in, one to be an unopened bottle of Bald Dwarf whiskey, is what it says on the label. Looks like your standard whiskey. Doesn't look like there's anything clouding it, any sort of debris at the bottom of the bottle. Still sealed. But yeah, Bald Dwarf whiskey. Try to say that 3 times fast, 5 times.
Hmm.
You're just gonna say Bald Dwarf.
Baldorf.
But yeah, you got that whiskey, and there's various other empty bottles, some that aren't completely empty, and then also in the bedroll right next to the one that you found this bottle, you do see just the crack of what maybe like a hole or something like that. And upon like further inspection, kind of moving stuff around, you see a pit, 10-foot pit that you spotted.
Oh, good. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna like pull that bedroll back and just kind of
Don't
look what we have
don't step
here.
there. But yeah,
Whoever
so
laid this down picked a bad place to sleep.
oh hell yes. But yeah, other than that, there doesn't really. Atlas found a nice bottle of whiskey, pretty expensive bottle of whiskey.
There you go.
And then yeah, you got this corridor up north, and other ways that you've already been.
All right. Was there anything that I picked up on or seen as I was starting to head towards that corridor with the unnatural 20 I rolled?
So you probably would have seen, caught the first glimpse as Atlas discovered that pit, seeing it, you're like, oh shit, okay, camp. But also, as you are kind of walking to the mouth of that tunnel on the right, you do see another bucket of dead bats that's like half full. But other than that, nothing else that stands out. Just, yeah, food, scraps on the floor all over the place. Same thing.
I'm gonna pick up the bucket of dead bats and walk over to Proteus and say, "Here, man, you want a snack?"
Oh, that's just foul. Absolutely not.
A couple of bites, man, and you're not even gonna taste it anymore. It'll be just,
Oh.
It's like chicken.
Oh.
We got a
You
fire
know, they-
here. We can make some bat soup.
Oh. No, please.
we go.
Return my stomach.
All right, I'm gonna drop the bucket and look
Oh,
back
is that-
towards. Go ahead.
Is that what the smell of shite was down the other hall?
No, I think that was your pants, but I
Uh,
think that might have been.
clever.
And
Good
then,
one.
so approaching that hallway, Haganar, you would have been able to see down there a little bit. And it just looks like another room where there's a pool of water. There you hear the sound of water dripping down from the stalactites. That pool. But otherwise, no other noise. You actually don't seem to hear any croaking. Just, yeah, sound of water drops.
All right. I'm gonna look back at everybody else and say, "You guys coming or what?"
I'm cold, but I'll join.
Yeah, I'll just start following along.
Yeah, Mara's like, yeah, I'd like to get back to warmth sometime soon too. So yeah, you guys approach, and anyone have a passive perception above 12?
Mine is 12.
Okay, that works too.
No.
I can
No.
check. No. Mara does. So Mara and Haganar, you see off in the distance there are two eyes sticking up from in the water that very much like the giant frogs, but bigger. A little
Oh.
bigger than the other ones. Kind of like directly in the middle of the room.
Would you say anything?
I'm gonna glance over at Mara, or really kind of at any. Well, okay, so I guess in correlation to me, like, where would she be standing? Is she behind me? Am I like the only one that's up in front?
I'd say once you guys got closer to the water, it kind of widens out a tiny bit. So you'd be able to kind of anyone that wanted to be up closer to the water, so closer. She saw. Yeah, I don't.
All right, you're fine. I'm not trying to put you in too rough of a spot.
Because like I'm having a conflict because I feel like Katie would think of this, but it's also I don't know.
I'm just waiting for someone to say something about the.
I'm gonna glance around to everybody and see if see if I see anybody else that has any kind of that look in their eye. That what the hell is that look?
Yeah, I mean Mara would have acknowledged it. She would have been like, do you see that?
Great, more water.
It looks like there's a larger frog in there.
Bigger than the others.
Yes.
I'm gonna look back and say much bigger,
Do you
much
still-
bigger.
Do you still have the damn bucket?
That's a good point. I don't. You want to go back and get it?
Sure.
I'll make you another necklace.
Great. I'd love that. And he's gonna hastily walk back.
Just like kind of walking.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you go back and grab that half full bucket of dead bats, and return to the party.
And all right. So you said they were throwing them earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I can't see where this is. Do you think I should cast my lights out?
Yeah, you go ahead. Cast your lights out.
You
Go ahead.
guys do see, I'm sorry, you guys do see light emanating, like flickering light, maybe from fire, emanating from that across the way, that little entrance.
Hmm.
Here, I'll kind of, from there,
Okay.
you see some, some light emanating from.
All right. So yeah, I guess he casts his lights out just enough to be able to see the eyes, and then, all right. I guess we'll toss one up, right?
Sounds
Right.
good.
So yeah, go ahead and roll an animal handling check for me with advantage.
Advantage. That is a 19.
Nice. That is definitely, yeah, that's good. That's more than what you needed. But so yeah, you toss this dead bat out, and the eyes kind of look up at it, and you see a large tongue come up and grab it, and it kind of like surfaces a little bit more, and starts to slowly approach. So yeah, you guys would be able to see it. Starts to slowly approach the um, surface in your guys' direction, but like slowly and in a little bit of a,
Jesus Christ!
I guess, cautious. Yeah, in a little bit of maybe a cautious manner, it just slowly approaches and looks at the bucket and looks at you again.
I should throw another, right? It's getting closer.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Do I have to roll again?
No, you're good.
Okay.
So yeah, you throw a second one, and then it eats it again. And this one, it didn't even. It's pretty close to you, Proteus, and snags this bat real quick and like looks up again and kind of I don't know the best that a frog can while it's half submerged in water, like bows and gets closer to the surface, almost level with the surface.
Oh. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have killed your brothers.
Probably as children, but
Thanks.
Gonna make it feel better.
I,
Just gives you an elbow in the side, Haganar.
I'm just gonna reach out and kind of can you reach it and like pat it on its head? Is it with
It's close enough.
Yeah. And he's gonna like pat it on its head. Oh, you're just a nice old frog. Well, we're hungry like everyone else. Isn't that right, Atlas?
Yeah, I think he's just gonna kind of glare at you.
And
One of them
maybe-
pets for me.
maybe we can.
I think
Maybe I can-
maybe like a little bit of an exhale of this like dark, grayish, almost blackish smoke out of his nose with little lightning crackles.
Oh, well, maybe we could ride him across. That might work.
Lets out a little croak, like a low.
Yes, he likes it.
why don't you try it out and see how it goes?
Okay. And I think Proteus would pet him on the head a little bit, and then feed him another bat quick, and then try to jump on.
Yeah, you step on, and it kind of looks at the rest of the party, but like doesn't seem to move. Mara's gonna go ahead and step on too. And there's a slight shift, but no like aggressive movement.
Well,
What
seems safe.
you gonna look back at Alice and say, "What do you say, man? You ever go bullfrog riding?"
Guess there's a first time for everything.
Alaskan bumbleworm.
All right, I guess I'm gonna climb up there too.
Every time someone steps on, I'm going to throw another bat at it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get on too.
All right. So yeah, here you guys are, and instinctively, almost, it seemed like it might have really only served this purpose, other than maybe protecting its domain. Takes you over to the other side of this um, room in the cavern, and in front of you, you now feel just this intense heat, also emanating from this light source. And in there, give me a second. Click, 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 click. In there you see, yeah, there's that warm rush, and it's coming from a massive burning in the center of this. Smoke is venting up through a narrow stone chimney. The flames illuminate a rough painting of a five-headed dragon that dominates the north wall. A bedroll is spread out beneath the mural. Near the crackling blaze, a dwarf bundled in a heavy cloak sits on a stone chest beside an elf whose face is covered in dragon tattoos. The dwarf's face is streaked with pulsing blue veins, and they both appear to be um, in a bit of a meditative trance, I guess, a meditative state. They don't really acknowledge um, anything as you like step onto land.
I'm gonna
Oh,
point
cool! I'm
out
so glad
the.
that they don't have actual pictures and they say the names on the
Yeah.
tokens.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna point out at these at those tattoos on the elf. Be like, I've never seen markings like that before. What the hell is going on here?
So they're since they're bandits, would there be some sort of symbolism to these tattoos that Proteus would understand from growing up in this? Or is it not related to that at all enough?
No, maybe more religious marking.
Okay.
All right. So, what are you guys doing though? You got these two, yeah, an elf and then a dwarf, both in a little bit of a meditative state. The dwarf is sitting on a stone chest. There's a painting of a five-headed dragon that takes up a large chunk of the north wall in there.
Looks like they're about to freeze to death.
Why don't you go wrap him in a blanket?
Maybe we could bring the frog. He's quite nice.
You know,
He's submerged at this point, like back into the water.
I think your little pet could probably stay in the water for now. I don't like that. I don't like any of this. This doesn't look
Should we try
nice.
the talking route this time?
We'll get the info we need out of them one way or another.
So, talking nicely, talking aggressively.
The kind of like a ragged female voice. You could definitely try being a little quieter, but no movement. Like she's still kind of just sitting there, but eyes closed.
Seems like that didn't work. Let's try the talking route.
What is your purpose here? And she opens her eyes now. The elf next to her opens his eyes as well. But again, no aggressive action, no no movements. They kind of open their eyes. But what is the purpose of your being here?
Well, I guess there's no time like the present. And Proteus is going to go back to an old bag of tricks that I taught him and shape his ears closer to elven ears quick as he walks into the room and make his face a little more slender.
Okay.
I was told I could find you here, and we were told to come try and help.
You mean help this? And she like points at her neck where the you can see her veins are like that glowing blue color.
Yes,
Uh,
with the cold.
help this damn cold. Uh, who sent you? Was it Tolgi? How did you
Learned.
find out about this place? So, roll a persuasion check, at advantage because you're, mentioning that you're working or coming from Tolgi.
Wow, that's a 1 and an 18 on the dice. So it's a 23.
Okay. I knew she'd send someone. Maybe not quite this bunch, but whatever. We're desperate. We need all the help we can get at this point. What have you got?
Well, we're unfortunately we're still looking into the issue, but we knew that you would have more information, and we want to help you as quickly as possible. What?
So, you come here to help me,
Yes.
but you have no more information than I have. What help? What help is? Unless you're dumb enough to go on it. Never mind.
We want to return the artifacts.
What artifacts?
Everything that was brought over. I know you've come into possession
What would
of it.
returning it do? What would returning any of this do? And she kind of like taps the chest under her that she's sitting on.
It would save your ass. What don't you understand?
How? What? This? All this is good for is money.
Yes, and killing everyone that touches it. Haven't you noticed it? The shopkeeper, your bandits. This room you're in, this cave, freezing cold. Everything has been frozen.
And she kind of like, not so much cracks a smile, but almost lets out like a weight in a big sigh. She's like, okay. Well, none of those items are what caused this. I'm pretty sure it was these vials that I had. It had a blue powder in it, and I mean I've heard of this sickness called the frigid woe. I don't know of any official term that's just named, but that's ancient. But it's the only thing that's making sense. These vials, I got rid of it. I got rid of it immediately, but I don't know. I need to find a cure, and I need your help. I need somebody's help.
Did you drink the
These
vial?
items aren't going to help anything. No, uh, it may or may not have been cracked. So when I handled it, I'm thinking that's the blue dust might have been what caused it. And if this vial's cracked, I just wanted it out of my hands.
And where did it end up?
Oh, some smuck merchant with high hopes to move to Uthadern and make his fortune for his. Yeah, the story's old as old as old as this land.
So you're gonna spread this to anyone
It'll
that
run
comes.
out eventually. Who knows? He may die in the wilderness. Who is this guy? He gave me a quick 100 gold, and that's any dime I can grab right now at this point. I need money for clerics for something. So unless you guys want to buy this cure, I don't understand why you're still.
Atlas.
He'll just kind of look at you.
Haganar.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
I think it's your turn to step in.
I'm gonna cast inflict wounds straight into her face.
Just go walk up.
No, yeah, actually,
That's a
it is a touch. Yeah, Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to her and say, "I got your cure right here, lady."
Yeah, sure, why not? Go for it. Roll a touch attack, so go ahead and roll that. I'm not going to give you advantage because she's probably not going to willingly let some strange half-orc touch her, so...
That adds my wisdom modifier to the hit die, right? Hit die.
Yes, it should be in your, where like
D&D
your
Beyond.
attacks are. Yeah, in D&D Beyond, where your actions
yeah.
are.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. Hit DC.
You're just looking for a bigger number. I can hear it in your voice. 14 does. Yeah, 14.
Thank
So she kind
God.
of tries to pull away from you for a second, and you just yeah. How does your inflict wounds look again? Oh yeah, you basically electric energy, isn't it? Lightning.
Yeah, just about like
Yeah. So
everything else.
you reach out to kind of like pat her on the shoulder. I guess is try to make it look like at first, and she pulls away, and at that instant you like charge up your lightning grasp onto her shoulder, and you can see it like surge, and the light blue veins already almost see like little crackles within them, like and go ahead and roll your damage.
An 8, a 9, and a 1. So 18.
All right, wow, that's a good first hit. Holy crap. 3D 10?
3d10.
3d10. 3d10.
So yeah, and with that, let's have a
Gonna guess that was a call for initiative.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
have.
initiative.
Let's have our friends over for brunch.
19.
17.
11.
All right. So this is kind of fitting, anyways. Is going to be going last, which I mean she's affected by the frigid, anyways. First up is going to be Mara. She's pretty good initiative rolls session, and with kind of how everything went down at an instant, she might be thrown off, and maybe this is just one of Haganar's aggression. Maybe de-escalate or so. I don't know. She's basically going to take like the patient defense, or not patient defense yet. The dodge action. Yeah. She'll probably. I'll arrange you guys. So, what order would you have walked in? I know Atlas and. I'm pretty sure.
I guess
Yeah.
I would have taken the lead at first, based on conversation, like maybe stood at the end of the fire, and then everyone would have, I guess, kind of been around me, and then Haganar walked right over. And
I've been waiting to cast another actual spell instead of a cantrip.
Them spell slots, man.
Yeah, they're an issue
Maybe
right
she'll
now.
move in. Mara will move in and kind of like get in between Proteus and the other elf and take the dodge action, I think. So it was, seem appropriate. But anyways, yeah, next up is going to be Hagen.
All right. I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead.
On
Yeah, Julio.
okay.
Hunan Lutan.
Hulu, what was it? Hulu something. Jimmy Neutron? I can't remember. There was like 4 different names you guys had for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, go ahead and do that. That's me, actually.
Yes,
Saving
it
it.
is.
It's a 6 plus 1, so 7. Not gonna. I mean, with
Yeah.
a 6 on the die, it's gonna fail anyways. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage. D12. Oh yeah, and that was 18 off from the rip.
So close. I got a 3. It was sitting at a 9, and it was sitting at a 9 at the edge of the book, and then it rolled off of the book, and it just loves me. So it's a 3.
Loves them.
3 points of
Necrotic.
damage. Yeah, so again, as it's kind of been happening a few times in the cave, you pound your shield and surge the lightning energy through your deity, and you can see the lightning behind the eyes. Still standing. Pretty beat the hell up in 2 shots, but still standing nonetheless.
And then I think that's gonna be it. I don't really have a bonus action to use.
All right, so that'll do it for you. Next up is Proteus.
I think he would. He'd start off by saying, "See, we could have done it the easy way, but you chose this way, and I say we just let them die here on their own, guys." And then ready in action that if they start to become the aggressor, he'll fire a shot at whoever attacks whoever first. So, like if Halil was about to attack Haganar, fire a shot at him, or the other one was about to attack Mara, fire a shot at him.
All right, and so you ready that action be Raygrin. Well, you guys don't know his name. The elf companion to Julio here, and he's devoted to protecting Julio. So he's most definitely going to take a swing at Mara, being the closest to him. So you can go ahead and do your action trigger if you want to, your held action, and then I believe it's going to be advantage because she took the dodge action, or not your attack, but his attack. So yeah, that's not going to hit. All right, it says 7. So this elf is gonna kind of pull a scimitar out of a sheath type deal, maybe, and like completely misjudging the shape of a scimitar, if it can be sheathed, I don't know. But drops his weapon and takes a wild dodges out of the way, and at that moment you loose your crossbow bolt in his direction.
Short bow.
Short bow. Arrow.
And he it's a 18 to hit.
Oh yeah, 18 will hit. Just strikes right in the center of the chest, right over Mara's right shoulder. Kind of tactical looking.
And that's 6 points damage.
6 points. All right. It was a heavy hit too. He's just kind of like stunned not stunned, but like taken aback just for a minute, just like kind of compose himself. That took a lot out of him. Next up is going to be Atlas.
Yeah, I think he's gonna push ahead to our dwarven friend and try to chop her head off.
Just directly up in her face, right next to Haganar.
I do have the reach thing, so I can do it from 10
Oh,
feet
from there,
away
yeah.
from his. So if I can, I'll just try to do it from where I am then.
Okay.
It's a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Let her rip.
Let her rip. That's a 10 plus 3, so 13 points of damage.
Bye bye, head.
Nice. So, how do you want to do this?
So
Did I word that differently? Is that copywritten?
So
Shit, I don't know.
So the last thing that happened to her was the Toll the Dead, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
So I imagine she's like kind of just shaking and like holding her head, like, and almost like taking a
Right.
knee herself, kind of. And then as soon as like the lightning fades from the eye, she just sees this halberd coming at her and just right into the side of the head.
right in the side of the head. Not even to
yeah, not even the
just like.
decapitation, just like.
All right, I can dig it. And there's just some gore and blood splatter there. Not as much, maybe maybe her internal temperature is a little low. Be running as smoothly. I don't know. Yeah. Oh man, she didn't even get a turn.
That's how we like it.
22 followed up by a 13.
Yeah, that did it for sure, and then some. But yeah, you just take this heavy swing at Julio, and it splits her skull horizontally about halfway through, and it's in there pretty deep. You're able to kind of with a little bit of force pull your halberd out. It's not too stuck. Next would have been Julio.
Did it knock out some teeth?
We'll see, maybe. Next up is going to be Mara, and I feel like Mara would be like, "All right, dude, listen, you're cornered. My friend just did that. Do you really want to test us?" And basically do like an intimidation check. Oh yeah, a natural 20. So, yeah, so the elf dude is just like, okay, all right, whatever, just please, don't do that to me. So unless anyone else was doing, can be considered out of initiative. All fucking ready.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna take my warhammer and smash his teeth out. No, I'm just kidding.
Then it started smashing.
so anyway, start smashing. Yeah, I think I'm just ready for this interrogation that seems to be coming about.
All right, yeah. So this guy is no longer a threat. Basically, hunker into the fetal position onto that bed. Like, what do you need? What do you want? Just, God, please don't kill me.
I'm gonna say I saw you guys meditating. Were you praying to somebody or something? What were you doing?
Of course. Do you not see the painting of Tiamat?
I'm gonna take a step towards him with my warhammer brandished and show him my teeth necklace that's hanging around my neck and tell him if he responds to me in that kind of way again, I'm gonna add his teeth to my collection.
Roll an intimidation at advantage.
First one is a 10. Second one, 14. +1, so 15.
Okay, I mean, good enough. Yeah, he just kind of shuts up. He's like, "Oop. Okay."
So I'm gonna ask him who he's praying to. Obviously, I see the picture, but who is that? Is what I'm asking, Mister whatever the hell your name is.
He says, "That's Tiamat." I figured most would know that. And he kind of looks over at the Dragonborn in the room.
Yeah,
And
I know who it is. All this Tiamat worship seems a little off for your kind. So what's it about?
it's just the way of, hail Tiamat. She grants me her power, and I do her bidding. Through clerics such as Julio, working for. I'm just a low-level cultist, man. I'm an apprentice. I don't.
Working for who? You just said working for. Working for who?
And he just kind of like silently is just pointing at Julio, like, well, no one now, I suppose.
But yeah, praying to somebody who gives you their powers obviously didn't do you any good.
What do you want?
I think if anyone saw Proteus at this moment, you'd see that he's literally boiling in like frustration too. And I think you would just look at him and what has this life of stealing got you? What has it gotten you? You're gonna die here, alone, cold, and miserable.
Not if some great, gracious people such as yourselves let me go and turn my life around. Huh? How about it? No more.
Tell us what you know about this powder or anything. Do you have any other information that can help us in our search?
I mean, it was in this chest. Well, I mean, not originally, but yeah, it was just the things that Tolgi stole from Pelks after that dumb dwarf sold it.
Bill, I have a question.
Yeah.
Does this guy have the icy veins as well? Is that something we saw too, or is he good to go?
You guys didn't notice any when you first walked in and kind of looked in the area. I believe there was like checks. So no.
All right. I'm gonna ask him if he really thinks it was the blue powder, or does he think that it could have been the artifacts as well?
I never touched that stuff. The powder. It was Halil sold that not long after she guessed that that's what started causing this. Got rid of it pretty quick. I never handled it.
Have you handled the artifacts?
Maybe a couple. There's maybe a ring, dagger, or something else, but not really much else than that. Just kind of chest helping Halil.
I want you to take one out of the chest and hold it now. That way I know you're not lying.
Whoa, this chest is locked. I don't possess the.
That's fine. I'll open it.
Well, why are you sitting on a locked chest that you can't even get into? Does she have a key? Where's the key?
Halil was sitting on it. Yeah. I mean, if she might have one. I don't know.
Search your pockets.
Are you telling him to, or?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yes, of course. And while he's doing that, I guess if anyone's like kind of watching, check. If anyone's doing anything else while this is going on, let me know.
What kind of check did you say?
Perception.
I'd say Proteus is watching him with some fucking angry intent.
Yeah, I think all eyes are on him.
I'm just bossing him around. I'm not even paying attention to what he's doing.
It's a
I rolled a
nightmare.
3.
You can see that he's like kind of shaking, but not so much in cold sense, more like nerves are getting him. And he's going through the pockets and he's turning everything, showing you. He's like, I don't know. And he doesn't come up with any key.
All right, I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's how you.
I was just gonna turn around and look at Proteus and tell him to do his thing, or ask him to do his thing.
That's fine. Yeah, and he'd walk over to the chest. I do have a thieves kit or thieves tools kit, and try to pick the lock, I guess.
With your your perception, Proteus, what was that?
19.
19. Okay. So you will, yeah, you probably would have seen as you're going for this chest. You see a little bit of the stone chest first off. I forgot to do stone chest as the face of like a dragon, kind of like not full open, but kind of resting open, I guess, if that makes sense. And you do notice prior to trying to put your lockpicks in here, you do notice a little bit of blue powder in the nostrils. This dragon's face on the chest.
Okay. Yeah, that would bring him pause. How are you at picking locks, sir?
Like I said, I'm not this. I'm just an assistant. I'm an apprentice. I don't dabble in
Why won't
thievery
you
or
touch it?
that sorts.
You don't dabble in thievery. Then why did you steal everything?
No, I don't pick stuff. If things are in front of me, I'll take. It's. I don't know how to do that.
If things are in front of you, you take them.
If I'm told to.
Sheep. And yeah, Brody's gonna say there's powder all over this. Turn away.
And I'm gonna look at the guy and or no, I'm gonna look at Proteus and ask him if he thinks that he could coach Mr. Sheep along to pick this lock.
Sure.
I'm gonna look at Mr. Guy over there. Oh, scaredy cat sheep guy.
Well, at this point, I don't think he feels he has many other options. He just takes a really big breath and. Okay.
Gonna pat him on the back and say, "Hey, don't touch the blue stuff, bud."
Yeah, of course. So he's gonna attempt to. Yeah, we'll see how this.
I guess I'll help him, like in at least the coaching.
Coach him, yeah.
Okay.
Yell at him.
No,
Like,
you're
wait
doing
for
it wrong.
When it clicks, you turn. Then
Atlas is just over by the picture of Tiamat, just like getting real sick of this chick.
So, where is everybody in this room? Obviously, you're near the wall looking at this painting. Mara might be near the entrance. I'm not sure, guarding. Maybe, I don't know. Sorry, Katie. I don't know.
I think Proteus is taking that belittling stance, like arms like on it, legs, like the coach
Like
yelling
a
at
scolding parent.
Yeah, like the coach yelling at the kids, and just like.
And Haganar, what about you?
I'm kind of just where I'm at, still kind of by Julio's body. Hopefully far enough away.
I appreciate your honesty, Brian. So when he goes to try to pick this chest, there's a puff of blue powder. I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Sure.
Okay.
It's an 18.
Okay. Yeah. So this puff of blue powder, gust of whatever dust in the air shoots out, and like immediately the both of you and try to wave it away and everything like that. It's real quiet for a minute, like you could hear a pin drop. And that's where we're gonna end our session.
All right.
Definitely went on longer than I planned. We planned obviously, but I know not everyone has no schedule in the middle of the week. Like a little earlier than I planned, but hey, got a lot in, I think.
Yeah, definitely feels like it.
Yeah, it was good.
Which is
good,
nice.
Yeah.
Progress.
So, yeah. Yep. We'll cut it off there and brief Katie when we can, and everybody else will see this here in, whatever, X amount of days. And thanks for watching if you have been watching. And it's a lot of fun. The character development is just getting better and better every episode. It's so much fun. And thank you guys for being good players. And best of luck to Katie whenever you see this for your move. And unless anyone else has anything, I'll give you your final remarks. steal the show completely, bro. Mr. Stretch Smith.
All right, yeah. So to do our typical recap at the end here, Cole, you are the best Dragonborn that I've ever played with. I just want to throw that out there. I appreciate your dad role that you're playing
you.
for Proteus. And Haganar, I am terrified of. So Katie, I wish you best of luck in your move, as Bill said. Anyone that tunes into this, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for going through this adventure with us. Thanks for watching us be goofy and be ourselves. I gotta actually come down from this high that I'm feeling from the anger that I actually built up as Proteus to try and get into the role. So let me
feel it.
get off that. And yeah, I want
channel it. Subscribe right now, or I'm
Yeah,
coming
I
for
want
you.
subscribe right now. I'm gonna hold a dagger to your throat if you don't. No, but if you liked what you saw or you want to check us out some more, please like the video, comment. We want to hear from you, and of course,
Like it's like
subscribe.
down there somewhere, maybe. The
Yeah,
like,
it's below the video.
Mhm.
On
somewhere.
phone, it's different. I don't really care how you'll know how to do that way better than us because we're just not YouTubers. Besides, so
Yeah.
thank you, and again, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for coming on our adventures with us, and let us know what if you're actually watching both shows. Let us know what you're enjoying about each one in particular.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to hear that because
Cool.
I really think it's neat to see two different stories, different characters, different interactions between us. This party has a lot of uniqueness about it, and the other party has a whole different dynamic. That's a lot. So, thanks for checking us out, Dean. Don't fall asleep up there, and to everyone else. Until next time, stay dapper, my friends.
Stay dapper.
Done.